Hey guys, Kevin here from the Strictly Broken TCG team. The clip that you're about to see comes from our VOD during our Christmas slash end of the year celebration stream that we did over the holidays. This segment is going to be with Brian's son and Jason as we talk about his insight on each set from 2021. There's a bit of scuffness in the VOD. Jason had some poor connection issues, so he was getting some scuffed audio. And I had a party going on in the background, so you can sometimes pick up like some random crowd noises in the background. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you guys, but please enjoy this clip nonetheless. Unfortunately, we also did like a tier list segment, but Jason's audio was apparently too bad for that, and we will not be able to upload that VOD. Thank you for understanding, and please enjoy.
We already talked about most of the sets during the tier list.
Yeah, let me get. Well, we're gonna talk about. I better just talk about individual cards, right?
Yeah, we'll talk more about.
Right.
We'll have Brian talk more here.
Yeah, let me get some water first.
Okay, what am I talking about, boys?
Like how sets done is to sell, I guess.
All right.
And answer any questions in that chat.
Yeah. This is supposed to be like, I think it was kind of, you guys were looking back on the year and like what sets are, like you guys mentioned competitive strength, although I thought you might have already went over that with
we went over that with tier list, and I'm starting to
lose. And me personally, I guess we can start with or should I wait till Jason gets back?
You can wait till Jason comes back. Thank you, okay. Knives Cutter, for the Prime sub.
Yeah, following is literally free, people. It's like same with YouTube subscriptions. Same, also literally free.
And remember, NovaTCG Brian here is the owner of NovaTCG. Any question you want to ask him about the store or just him in general, you can ask now. So
yeah, you
try
can.
His best
it's
answer.
Open, yeah. Obviously within reason, right? But yeah, what was the best non-2021 release set? You know what's funny? I actually started reading that immediately without first. Like, you know how like streamers they have to like first read it first in case it's like one of those.
Yeah.
Like,
not something you shouldn't say.
Yeah, the humongous kind of jokes, like those kind of things. Yeah, like those. So, and then like the funny thing is, I didn't even do that, and I immediately just started reading the thing. Anyway, so when was the best? What was the best non-2021 release set sales wise for this year? So, the best non-2021, so something that's not of this year.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little unfair in the sense that it usually goes to sets that have like a sequel. So if you go to like Gotobun, for example, the first set, or it's gonna sell, like a lot of the first set cards are gonna sell because they got a sequel in the next series.
Yeah, so
that's not like my definitive answer though, because I'll be honest, I don't pay that much attention to this data, or as in to that specific question.
I would probably expect like quintuplets or Grisaya.
Gotobun's okay. Grisaya, oh yeah, Grisaya set 1. That stuff went freaking off the shelves. Sal, Sal was mostly, there was like a reprint with the booster box, so there's a bunch of there's a lot of that. But I guess that doesn't count, right? Because that doesn't count like what I had. It wasn't like, I'm assuming this question is geared more to like previous inventory that ended up getting moved a lot, and so not really.
All right, is the final giveaway done yet? No, we'll cap it an hour and we'll do the giveaway after that.
Yeah, so
give people time to come in and
like what, 8:45 EST.
Thank you, Mr. Choice.
Make sure you're following. Follow sub, one of the two, to be eligible.
More than likely. Like, I don't want to say for sure, but it's very, very likely, like a 80-90% likelihood.
What deck was first in JP? It was Mushoku.
Or did an 80% chance of what?
I only just got back. Oh yeah. What Kevin said.
Promo code when? Yeah, dude. When's the NovaTCG promo codes?
Promo code when, huh? We'll think. We'll have to see.
We have the promo code, but we have no promo.
Use promo code NovaTCG Killua, 5% off.
XD. Dude, here's the thing with that, right? Like, well, actually, no. I'm pretty sure UA's cool with it. It's just, I think his question is more as, am I cool with it? And I'm like, we'll have to see.
Yeah, NovaTCG Jason, hell yeah, dude. Oh, my locals would eat that shit up, dude. They're like,
oh shit.
My
Yeah,
my locals are like, dude, when you getting that Nova code? So I actually buy stuff because they don't buy English; they all buy JP.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
fiending
I
for it.
don't carry that much, or I don't really carry English anymore. I think the last set I carried was super random. I was looking through, so because of WeCross, I was looking for my really old WeCross. Like I like set 5 whatever Iona from the JP version, and as I was digging through my stuff trying to find it, I found like 2 sealed boxes of or I found a bunch of sealed English trial decks, and it's not like single trial decks; it's the whole box sealed.
Oh,
So found, let me see what I had. It was JoJo, 2 Fujimi, and 1 Batman Ninja. And I also happen to have a sealed Grisaya and what is this? Kontai, the most recent Kontai trial deck. I think it has reprints of Akatsuki in it. So yeah, I just found that randomly in a drawer. I was like, I wonder what the Fujimis are worth now. I feel like those are worth something.
oh, they worth something.
I don't know. Maybe I should just do one of those shit posts where I like take a picture of it and be like, guys, what is this worth? Because I don't know what English things are worth anymore. They're all like, they're kind of crazy.
True.
Oh, I read this wrong. I was like, Morphonica Dream Girls. What the hell?
Oh, yeah, Bane Dream Rules.
Oh,
Why is there a Morphonica one? Okay, I guess they kind of separate. Yeah. Alright, you want to start with Pre-Connect? Want to talk about how the set?
Pre-Kone, this was a pretty good set. It was I think people were memeing at the time that, don't worry, I'll feel. Oh, if things are out of stock, you guys can always reach out. There's likely more there's because I have like multiple storage boxes, and so there's likely some extras for some of these because we scaled up a lot. So
no,
a lot of cases now.
People are looking to pick this up because set 2 is announced.
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Cheap now. Look at that. Only the $1.50 and the $4 cards are sold out, but the $18 card no one wants. Oh, the Reiki did go up quite a bit.
That Ricky has gone up up and down like so many times.
Yeah, because the set I think has been moving kind of up and down. Oh shit, dude, look at that rare. It's $5.
The runner.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that's a good card though.
Yeah, that card. I mean, that's like an $8 card.
And then look at the counter right below it. Oh man, that's a on death.
With Fury, yeah.
Yeah. That $3 early play. I mean, that's fair. That's
the
kind of like the
piece,
Fubuki
$3. Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the good cards.
Yeah. Anyway, so this set, I think people were memeing about it at first because it was like the first set of the year. So people were like, best set, of the year, Kappa or whatever. Because it was the only set. Yeah, because that was the only set. But to be fair, the set was pretty cool.
No,
the set is pretty cool. It has a lot of, it had a lot of builds too, because it was a 14 R set, I believe, right? Or something more
was
than
that
10.
High? Oh my god, I hate this.
12. It was 12.
Oh, was it 12?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? I mean, count.
Okay.
Yeah, three in each color. Or 4, no, 3, 3, 3, 4. 13?
Yeah. And then blue is cool because you can play all those guys together,
too.
and they all combo together. But yeah, this was a pretty good set. It was. So I don't know. Like, am I supposed to give a rating? Like, or
no,
something?
You don't give a rating. Just give your insight.
Yeah.
I
think it was a good set. It had a lot of. It had a lot of variations of like what you can build. Like my first attempt was try to play blue because like your 1 and your 3 combo work together, and then so you freed up one of your climax slots to play something else. 8 bar is a good deck.
Door Pants was really popular.
Yeah.
8 bar, bar pants, bar choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm excited for the next.
Since you know set 2 is coming, what do you recommend people like up maybe? Probably just all the expensive ones.
Yeah, of course, dude. Pick up what you want. I might not be the best ass versus you guys who play the set more. I play kind of selective. I play what I like, but recently I've been trying to just play everything. Like Love Life Superstar is not something I would have normally picked up because I'm not that much of an Idol fan. But I like that set personally, and I played it a lot.
I think me and Jason can both agree. Number 1 pickup is Ricky and
Fury.
The Runner.
Thanks.
And Runner.
See,
yeah. Ricky Fury,
non-biased opinions versus my opinion is going to be more conflict of interest.
Like right now, it's not a clean cut meta, but that card is still really good.
I will literally go into the other room and go see how many of these I have.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Alphonse Zeus, for the 7-man raid. Welcome.
I love you, Al.
Use type in the chat the
promo
code NovaTCG 2022 for a chance to
Open-
win a
follow.
Hololive booster box. And follow.
And follow
the channel.
If you don't follow, you're not winning. Telling you right now. Yeah. Saren EP? Should people pick up Saren EP? I feel like the three rares.
I think it's fine to pick up, but I don't think it's like.
I would probably
necessary.
personally advise you pick up the three like above $1 rares. Because there's a chance the cards that aren't better than those.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So for the Riki, the Riki, right? That's that card. I think there's a few playsets of it left. I don't really want to completely sell out though, as obviously I like to keep some for personal use, and then also be able to for sponsorship constant.
And you only have to stock as many as you want.
It's just available, for people. So I like having the availability.
Yeah, you only have to stock as many as you want to sell. So
is this the worst set of the year? I don't
set.
know, because if you look at the SSP, it was like $600 at some point, I think.
For what? For Kanakari?
And the Chizuru, yeah.
Really?
Those were all pretty
Probably
nice.
from your perspective, this is probably not one of the worst. But from a
From
player
the player
perspective, this is one of the worst.
I
sets.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It is, and it's also sad because I've had friends who they came back to Weiss playing this set, and of all the sets they could have picked up this year, they picked this one, and so they're playing a set that's maybe a little underpowered compared to all the other new sets they're playing against. So yeah, I mean it's not bad, right? Like people don't like Mommy, but that 3/2 is pretty strong.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
meta
Ricky's only
deck
$4.
is at my door, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think this set's I still like this set for what it is. I was kind of hoping we would get a set 2, but
You gotta get
you
anime.
You need to get
first,
anime
right?
season 2 first, dude.
Yeah.
didn't this only go to like the wait? When is this? How long was the show? Does this show not get a season 2?
It has
No, I
not.
don't think
No.
Mm. Well,
I
fuck
read the
show
manga
anyway.
for this, so
I
I've
do
never
too. This
actually
manga
watched the
sucks.
show. Not to be that guy, but
No, the manga sucks.
no. Wait, what?
I hate
It's like
the
saying the anime sucks then, because it's the same shit.
Yeah, but I hate where the manga's gone. I liked it for a long time, and then it just keeps it keeps us.
I mean, I don't
being
disagree with that. I like this show, or I like this series a lot when I was reading it, and then now I'm
and
just
then
like,
now-
I don't really
now
like
it's
where
like-
at.
I read it because I'm in the hole. I've already invested too much time to stop.
Yeah,
okay.
same.
And now, if they give me a season 2 set, I'll buy it because I still have it. So
Alright, is there much more to talk
only
about
22.
Konakari?
Probably not too much. It's
expensive
yeah,
fools.
it was fine. I think.
I heard this set was pretty much of a doozy for you, Prisma Ilya.
Oh, so this one was actually amazing. This set.
Really?
Oh,
So
I
this
know
was
it's sold a lot. I heard it was like hard because you did the foil off.
Because the ARs,
Yeah,
right?
the ARs were they were 9 and not 6, and I think most EVs they were 6. So I underestimated the amount I would pull, and then ended up I actually had to unfortunately cancel. Like I hate doing it, and I almost never I'll lose money just to fulfill pre-orders, but I just literally couldn't because there were a lot of pre-orders for it, and it just I just did not physically have. This was one of those sets where I underestimated the demand. We did not get as many. Like this was, I think, the least of every single set this year. It was the least I got of any set, and that was definitely a mistake. As this set was not only very good, but I think people liked the show, or they liked the they like it for whatever reason. They like this stuff. But yeah, and then there were folks that were some people I saw they were collectors, and they were just collecting the Ilya SPs. They were they weren't even people who played the game. They just wanted the stuff.
Dude, they gave them an Ozus SP.
Eesh.
Yeah, that was one of the cards they wanted. And then you can tell too, because they're the kind of guys when they message you, they're like, yeah, can I get like 16 pictures from different angles and different lightings of the card or whatever. So you can Only cons with the fat wallets. Oh, okay, well, I don't want to diss anybody. If what you like is as long as it's not illegal, right? But yeah. Anywho, though,
OFR is
but
really though. Whew.
yeah, the set is and they reprint it. Oh, when you guys were commenting on like how even though it had a reprint, blah blah, and this and that, it's like one insight I can give. I don't know how well it applies to other people, but this is also something I've heard is that like, so me personally, reprint sets, I think the trend might have shifted, but they generally weren't something very like good to pick up because they reprinted things and the cards would go down in value, and so would your reprints. So it was like it's generally not something you go too hard on.
Yeah, which
I think other stores share the same sentiment, so they didn't go as much on it as what I've heard from some of the NA ones. I don't know how we can speak.
Didn't
for,
realize
like,
Ilya
GP,
had like no
but
stock to begin with. So.
yeah, and then this set also being competitively very viable. I think a lot of old cards went up too. I think
Yeah,
the
it took
Mew
a while, but
changer.
people found out.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
chaser.
the Mew changer with the standby combo. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
can
the-
make that
the,
out early, and it just like on
Kaleidoscope
play.
stuff.
Yeah, draw 2, discard 1. Yeah. So this was a set that was it sold very well and it sold very quickly, and then problem is we just ran out of stock. Like I have a lot of Ilya left, but it's just like as the stuff you see on here, it's just the random like things available. There's not too much. I think those rares might not be true. I probably should go check.
Yeah, like the combo and stuff is pretty desirable for people still. I think the combo, the early play.
Yeah, this was a good set. It was definitely not bad. It was a good set. Very good.
All right.
Basically, it was one of those regret to not buy more sets.
Let's see. How's Decision Volume 2? Now, this is a set that people expect to come in English. Like Bang Dream.
Not as painful as
That's
Cognito, right?
Oh,
What the
your
heck
site's
happened from
lagging for me.
That happened for me?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm not sure what's
Ryan,
going
did you carry it? What happened?
Oh no, guys, what's going on? I'm getting DDoS. Oh. All right. Anyways,
alright, I guess we
This
gotta transform to
kinda
Little Akiba.
oh
For
no,
Oh,
oh no.
Fix your site so we can go back.
Yeah, you gotta go fix it.
Yeah, how was
DDoSed.
Alicization 2 as a set? Oh wait, it works for me, Kevin. What the heck?
Oh, just
There it goes.
Oh,
Okay, it's good.
okay.
We're good.
Okay, we're back in the line, boys.
Okay, cool. Because you know what's weird? It's not work. Oh, never mind. It just loaded. Okay, cool.
No
okay.
hiccup in the server.
Yeah,
Crazy
this
version.
set was pretty good. But I did get railed on some of the stuff like the Kirito. I think a lot of people thought the 1-0 combo would be very good, but on release, I think it was like a $70, $60, $80 card or something. And I'm just like, well, you know, I can't. Well, a lot of people like to follow a certain pricing guideline, and if you don't follow it, people get mad. So I'm just like, okay, well, I think, and you know, I don't like to hold out on people. So if there's like stock, people expect us to carry it. I don't want to hold out and just like hold on to it till it goes up. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. I just put them up for sale, and they get bought out really quickly because I think most people who are going to play that card were just like, oh, hey, you know, this card is super cheap. Who knows? Some of them probably were thinking it was underpriced. And then other people might have just been like, they don't care what the price was, and they were just happy that it was cheap. So they got the Kirito for pretty cheap, and you know, look at it now, it went up a lot. I think the choice was like 250 or something on release. It was pretty big,
God.
and then
that dropped.
Just going down to, yeah, it dropped quite a bit. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. And then I think when English got it, there was like a resurgence with this set because I think in English, because it's an Aniplex title, they don't give you the SPs, and there were a lot of collector guys who they want.
So the collectors pivoted.
Yeah, so they would pivot over to pick up the, which is why like a lot of these ended up leaving, because we opened quite a lot for this because we were anticipating a certain fella who really likes Max Rarity Sal, and so we did that, we covered that, and then yeah, and there were some extras leftovers, and those got picked up pretty quickly by the collectors from English, who, well, it was more like the normal people would come in, pick up the stuff, and whatever we had left over, and it would sit there for like a little while, and then eventually when the English people realized they weren't getting signs, they started coming over to JP to get them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I bought 2 from you for 80 each. Yeah, well, Congratulations.
Shiny
Yeah, but
colors.
he probably
But it's good that you got them. You know, I'm glad you're happy with your sale. I'm not like super upset or defeated.
No,
about it. It's fine.
Shiny
So-
colors.
It is what it is.
Shiny colors is a huge IP in Japan, but
Shiny
there's
how,
always
how
like
did it
yourself
do in
thing,
English?
Shiny colors is that I don't think the NA fan base like this as much as the JP fan base.
Yeah.
So
that's
I
what
think
figured.
it's pretty normal to get stuck with some of the SSPs. I think I still have some of them that are like the pricier ones too, because people pick up like the cheaper ones or ones like if they really like the girl, they'll pick it up. But yeah, it ended up being one of those sets.
I think North America is just like heavier onto Love Live than they are onto.
Mhm.
They definitely
Fighter
are
Master.
because when we
Superstar.
get to a coming Love Live set, I'll give my take on that. But yeah, this set was one of those where I think the NA fan base just wasn't as big of stands as the JP
Well,
fan
we also
base
don't have
was
this game in
too.
English. We literally can't play this game in without like a
Yeah.
VPN and.
Oh, you know how there's that idol controversy? I think that card went down more in price because of what.
Oh
happened.
yeah,
It
yeah,
went
yeah.
down. I
that-
thought more people wanted it because.
No, ironically, no. But people were saying some stuff.
I think it
where
went up
was
at
like,
first, and then
no, I think it didn't because I was like, I believe people were making jokes about how it's cheaper to
buy her
yeah,
and buy her card.
yeah, then it is it is cheaper to buy solicit a certain activity than it is to
I think
buy
she
the
said
card
she
itself.
wants she sold her body for, like what, like $50 or something.
No,
I don't remember what it was. I
Kevin!
don't remember what it was, but
You
it was,
can't say
the
that,
story was
stop!
pretty weird. I remember on Twitter too, like
No.
the first time I even came across the news was like it was some like artist. They were like, "Oh yeah, I like NTR in like fiction, but not in real life or something like that." And then I was like, "What is this about?" I had no idea what the reference was, and so, but eventually I found out it was this, and I was just like, "Oh okay." And then, but if you find out the story behind it, it actually does kind of read like an NTR plot, which is kind of weird because usually those
Painful.
are so like they don't make any sense, and yeah, whatever.
yeah. So set just didn't sell as well as you expected.
Or did you not
Yeah,
expect it to
I
sell
think
at
it
all?
was more. Or,
Or that-
no, I actually I think I went pretty hard on this set.
Oh, you did. I see.
Yeah, I went pretty hard. I think if you scroll down to the TDs, I got at least one carton per one. I think maybe even more. I don't remember how much, but I got a lot of TDs too.
It's a huge set too. But
Yeah. I did go pretty hard on this one. It wasn't like terrible. It was just like a little underwhelming. So it's like, yeah, I think it's just underwhelming. I think that might be the best way to put it from a sales perspective. Oh, and then I guess even from a tier list perspective, you guys would agree that it's not the strongest set of the year.
Yeah,
It's
never,
definitely
never.
It's one
I
of
never-
the
if
lower
you ask me,
end.
it's probably on the lower end of all these sets.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
exactly. I think most people have that conclusion as well. It's kind of funny. It's like pseudo Hololive-ish in that, or I guess it was first. Hololive is technically similar to it, but it was like it had gajillion TDs and it had a very big booster set because it was like 120-ish cards, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, moving on to what set is that?
Slime.
Slime.
Yeah, Slime 2. Slime 2 was a very good set. That was, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Slime fans. Oh, and I think one of the
Ryan.
coolest things was the timing. I don't know if they actually planned it, but it was excellent. And they sold this set while the second season was airing. So it's
Yeah, 'cause
like,
this
imagine
is
you're
still
just
season
watching
one.
the show. You're like, oh, Rimuru just did this super cool thing. And then you're like, I wonder, what is, I'm going to go look up cards of it in Weiss. And then they go look it up, and then the 8 choice 7 attack
Mhm.
deck
Oh my
was
God.
a very solid deck. So yeah, it really did help push the set. And then also, yeah, like the 8 SB was very like something that people were thinking was going to be pretty good. And the choice ended up also being a cool deck. So I like sets where you can play multiple combos because it's like they don't just print literal like doo-doo cards. So that just kind of offset because it's like if you print a good card and then you print something bad, it's also like it further shines the spotlight on the good card because in comparison everything else is so much worse, right? So I don't really like that. Although I understand that's it's just something that has to be done when you're printing cardboard. But yeah, this set was nice in that it didn't really do that. It had like multiple usable builds. So yeah.
I bought this.
It was a
Not
good
from
set.
Vito. Oh yeah, you
I
also
bought-
had
I bought
Ryan.
HA
Ryan,
stuff,
Ryan
yeah.
bought a bunch of foils from you.
Oh my
SBTCG,
god,
Ryan.
Ryan
Yeah.
popped off.
My boy Ryan.
Yeah.
Alright, Data Bullet. This is the show you're on. You're on for Data Bullet.
Yeah, I liked the set quite a bit. It was.
Well, this
I
OFR
don't
is so much
remember how
cheaper than I
much it
thought it was
was. I
gonna be.
think it was.
A lot of this OFR is
Yeah, a lot of the stuff was a lot cheaper than you would expect. Some of the stuff went up and down, I think. We might not actually have the most up-to-date prices on some of it, but you know,
Sold out.
it should be okay. Yeah,
What it is.
a lot of it was sold out. We don't have very many copies left of these OFRs. Those went out pretty quickly because they were pretty hard to pull. I think if I remember correctly, it was like 2-1, but it wasn't. It was like
but
you might get 2 SPs or you might get 2 OFRs, or is it 2-2? I can't remember.
They're
but-
so low.
Yeah, exactly. Like
No.
for a rekey that comes in like a, you know,
The OFR looks so good.
yeah. Although it's weird
Well, I
that the
love
text is on the
text.
side.
I love that
but-
version because it makes it look like a light novel.
Oh, I mean, technically that is how the language, you know, Eastern language, like Chinese and Japanese, it's supposed to be written that way or read that way. But I remember, like, I will sometimes, if I hadn't played in a while, I'll pick up the card and read it. And I'm like, man, this is so weird for me to like read it up and down though. Because I was like, I forgot if it was like a salvage Riki or the true level 1 or under Riki, so I pick it up to read it, and I was like, yeah. But anywho, yeah. This was a fun set. I think it was pretty good, if I remember correctly.
I almost bought it. I was like looking. I looked at it for like 3 days, and I'm just like,
Yeah, the art's pretty good, and then also it was one of those sets where it has like, you know, variation builds, and it's an EB, so there wasn't that many cards
Yeah,
to start with.
bar,
So it's
bar
like,
choice.
yeah, you play bar or bar
Eight
choice,
choice.
or you can play choice with the old choice or 8 choice. Well, you can even play the 8 choice in this deck, which I think they were trying to sell this Kurumi, this level 1.
yeah, the anti runner, anti Obero.
Yeah, so you couldn't run away, and you couldn't.
Can't go to memory.
You can't go to memory. So like they were thinking, you know, that makes it a lot easier to get the kill, and then you realize swinging at that power still is that good. So
6-5.
especially in a world with 8 standby, with a lot of 8 standby, it's like it's just not the easiest. And it's not like you can't stack it, so you have to try to win multiple lanes just to like kind of break even. Because nowadays, I guess +1 is not that great anymore. And also, disappointingly, they signed the SP choice is on the 1 combo, not the 3 combo. So that's like,
True.
yeah, I actually have those too. I just keep it because it looks nice, and you know, maybe one day copium that this combo will be good. But yeah, it's okay. I think that's something.
Alright, we'll skip this. We'll go to Salt Lily.
Assault Lily was a set I think I underestimated the demand for.
Yeah,
this.
my
This is a
local
good
got
set.
so upset at you because you didn't have enough foils.
Holy, there was so little
Oh.
left.
So much.
Yeah, they went. Well, I think a guy came out and cleared out quite a bit of stock.
Yeah, one of my locals did. My local literally went and he bought like 4 of like every like triple R and SR that he could physically buy.
Oh. No, but I think there was another fella.
There's
He
actually
was
a
like
surprising
maxing.
amount of people who
He
are
went to
who
go
are
to
really
the
into
SP.
Salt Lily.
I believe it. I really believe it. I mean, I think people like the net like nons art right a lot, and the foils look really good for this set. Like,
Yeah,
really,
they
really
do.
good.
The foils are
So the
pretty
people
good.
that wanted it really wanted
Even
it.
the base art's not bad. It's pretty decent.
In some of my other discords, I mean, I see like a lot of them like talk about hyping up set 2 a lot. Like
I mean, set 2 looks insane. Even
like
somebody that
not
doesn't-
effect wise, but because of the girls and
Visually.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, visually, because
girls are
like
really
whenever
cute,
it's those phone games, I think the phone games are generally, pretty good. Like when they do the phone game adaptations, like Review Starlight, the second set, that's like really nice looking art. The Madoka, Magica, there's like
Yeah.
they have a phone game too. The art's really nice for that as well.
Dude,
Yeah, these
I'm a
double Rs are
Rex.
definitely like pretty low though, because we didn't pick up as much of this because I didn't know that much about this IP and I wasn't sure how well it would go,
Makes
so I
sense.
didn't want to like, yeah, I didn't go too ham on it, and then it was another one of those underestimated. How
I mean, I bought the
That was
set
strong.
from you. I bought placement off
Yeah.
you. I looked at this like, oh man, 2 girls, bushy IP. That's likely to get a set 2.
I bought like a bunch of singles off you for it.
you might have gotten like a pretty like you see the 0-0, the
Yeah, I got to steal
Yeah,
for that. I think I
Shenmue.
spent like $7-8 on that card.
yeah, that card went up.
'Cause
So
I
much.
bought it like the first week or whatever.
Yeah, that
I
card.
bought 8 bar. I bought 8 bar. Realized it sucked because I hate the bar. level 1, and then I eventually picked up the door stuff.
Yeah, I think everyone on first was probably trying the pants door combo, but that list is probably not as popular as. Is it 8 bar or is it bar door? Like
Bar
is that
door.
how people are playing it? Bar
Yeah.
door. Okay. Okay, yeah, because they like the very angry, like destroy your opponent's field kind of.
Yeah,
they like to be a big trigger pressure
Yeah.
opponent, and then you realize that you hurt yourself as much as your opponent in the end. So
Yeah,
It's real
exactly. It's a very destructive deck in that sense because, like, a lot of the times you don't flush. People are like, "Oh, well, the brainstorm lets you top deck check
Yeah,
and
you're
flush,"
just
and it's
sitting
like
there.
that doesn't make it so it happens. It just lets you know to
yeah,
swing
you're
like
sitting there, you're
first or
like, maybe
something,
maybe me killing your brainstorm will hurt you, more than this combo is gonna hurt myself.
So did you end up
And that's okay.
did you end up buying a lot more of Solely Volume 2?
but you know what? I don't even remember what my pre-order for that was.
It's
I
coming
think
up
it
soon.
might have been pretty decent though. Well, I think all our pre-orders have gone up. So like during the Rona timeline, there was a bit of scaling that happened too. So we just buy more sets in general now. Yeah.
I know there's a Comic Con event today, and they had some Solo sleeves. There's like
Wait,
6 of
that
them.
was
out.
today?
Yeah, that was today.
Wait, today?
Yeah.
Am I too
This
late?
morning.
Yeah,
Wait, really?
there's a
Yeah,
Solo
Is the
sleeves.
Kurumi dual deck box already gone?
Oh
That's
no,
the one thing
no,
I
not
wanted.
all the circles are open yet. But
Okay.
it's,
It's only
Alright.
Comic-
today's like the first day they started opening. The
Yeah,
big circles
but
started opening.
The Salt Lily booth was open today, and they sold out like instantly.
Like 30
Yeah.
seconds. I was able to get my
It
stuff,
was-
but I know a lot of
Oh my
people
God.
who like messaged me. It's like, bro, I can't. I did not get it.
Man.
It's sold out.
Oh,
Bro, the Shenlong Yuja sleeves were so good. So upset.
yeah. Maybe that phone game really did help boost their like popularity.
It did.
It's always, Japan loves their gacha games.
Yeah, I think being popular in Weiss helps a lot too. Because remember, Weiss is really popular in Japan, so
Yeah.
Weiss is
Right,
know,
they became a
a lot
god.
more popular than here.
This is the card that
EBG.
went up high.
Yeah.
Oh
This
my god,
is,
the Regi's so expensive now. Holy moly!
Oh, nice. You have auto translate. By the way,
Auto
I don't know.
translate
Do
is
people
just
like English text or they like the other one? I always stick with the JP one, but I realize that might not be the
people prefer
best
the
like for
English,
search
but-
engines. Yeah. Because it's like if English, like I have to go off of I guess heart, but I think they have their own like little rules about using their stuff. But it's like, if you're the official name, like I'm just trying to use it to be official, not to steal anything. And also they the way they do it is like they'll intentionally misspell stuff, so it's like it becomes like obvious when you take their stuff. I think many people protect their stuff that way. Anywho, this was a set that was, I think, people didn't really like this show. I personally didn't like this show
I did
that
not
much.
like the show.
I actually watched it, so and I watched it ongoing, not just because it was a Weiss set or anything.
I was also the one watching it ongoing.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it I like Kyoko a lot, and I like the original like
Yeah, Kyoko's really
first
good.
few episodes going into it, and then the end really like the middle is like kind of whatever, and then the end really falls off like really hard. It's like
Did you
it's
when
like
he was
Charlotte.
movie?
it is basically like Charlotte, dude. Except Charlotte had like
Yeah.
a really strong episode 9.
Yeah, Charlotte was very good until I think the last episode, right?
Until
Like,
the last
or
episode, it went
Yeah, until the last
horrible.
episode.
it went downhill
Yeah, that
so
was, like,
fast. Fucking
Yeah.
jumped off a cliff.
Right,
That's like-
exactly. Yeah, because if Charlotte had 2 seasons
Yeah.
to work with, Charlotte would have been so good. But they just like took one whole season and I guess try to condense it into an episode. But yeah. Anyways, this show
Jun
kind
Maeda,
of disappointing.
2 seasons, so thank you.
Wow, how
Um,
about set?
But fortunately, it was one of those sets where it was like gonna be very good. I remember when it was like UA, and then when because they were still reviewing the show at the time,
Yeah,
and they were
Yume-
like, "All right, how
Yume-
much for a max rate?" And I was like,
UA.
"Sure, man, I'll
Popping
get you
off.
one." And then yeah, he was saying how like I think at first like because the set wasn't that popular. I don't think if people really knew the strength of the set, so it was priced kind of low. But once people start figuring out, things started going up quite a bit.
Yeah,
So this set
I
was
don't think,
also,
I don't
like,
think its
okay,
cherry
too.
was that high before.
Yeah, I don't think
This
so
thing,
either.
this thing's skyrocket because of the 8.
Paid $5.
So,
Yeah, it's used in every build, regardless of like what you're kind of like.
But-
A lot of the zeros. I mean, zeros in general are kind of always like that, right?
Yeah.
Like your finishers and your one combos might change, so they're not like the best things to hold on to because they might just print something OP. But most of the time, zeros are just like pretty safe to hold on to because
I mean-
utility zeros are like they don't go anywhere. They kind of.
I don't expect to set the FES support until key 25th anniversary.
Yeah, key 25th, key 50th. You know, however long.
50
Yeah.
years of voice. Let's go.
Do you want to talk about Chronicles there, or let's skip that?
Sure, we can go over it real quick. Chronicles was Persona 3 Chronicles. You know, if you guys still want it, we still have some. Yeah, it was one of those sets that I think they like. If you summed up the like value of the singles, it was like higher than
It
the
was
box.
really high.
And I think people went for it with that, and I was just like, go for it. I didn't really want to sell them like individually, just because like it felt kind of it was tedious, and I think there was just a lot of work to be done. So it's just like I didn't want people to just buy like a random some card that like people that everyone wants, and like everything else just sits there. Right? So it's like I didn't want to do that. But it was good. It was I thought it was very fair too, because I think Bushy sold it on their online store, but the price we were offered was substantially better. Like basically what distribution was offering retail was pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty good set.
Sinful Gear. I don't think there's a lot
Sinful
of
Gear.
too many stands and
Oh boy, this set was I got railed, which means it's good for you
I
guys.
made out like a band.
Yeah, I got railed because this 3-2 green combo was like $50 SPs, and everyone was like, what is his site's name? NovaTCG.com. Yeah. So yeah, those cards were like $50. I think on release people didn't. No, actually, I remember you guys like you're the kind of card game Discord folks. You guys were
we're...
pretty into the 8 bar or like you were looking bar choice, right, or something. It was like
bar,
something
it was
related
8
with
bar,
the
and
bar.
then
Yeah, you
bar
guys
level
cared
3.
about. So yeah, you
Whatever.
guys were on that before the thing. Before people realized that shit was actually kind of busted, and so.
Yeah, I was there.
But
I
yeah,
was there.
that's funny. That Chris is even higher. I think it was 500. That's like 600, huh? How did Chris go higher when the set got hit? That's one of the cards that got hit.
Because they
Wow.
standby because they'll play it.
Standby.
Is 8 standby good?
No.
Not.
Probably not.
Oh.
But
It's probably
Oh.
still worse than the 8 bar.
it's probably one of those pivots that people make, right?
Well, to be fair, that card is like needed regardless.
card's really
right?
strong.
So
That
yeah,
card is
you
very,
need that
very
Chris
strong.
kind of regardless. I actually
That
played
EBG combo,
against
oh my
this.
That card's gone up so much since I bought this set. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then what I'm told is like this combo is kind of mediocre too, right? It's just so the rest of the deck is so strong.
It's because deck speed. And a
Yeah.
TBK name.
Yeah,
I think if it was like any other girl, it'd actually be like significantly worse.
right. Yeah. There's I think a lot of the prices didn't move because I think for the 8 bar deck, people are still like they're just substituting because they hit the Kirika, the
Oh, that's like your sister.
there's the 0-0, and I think the people just pivot over to the Shirabe, which like isn't it's not bad. It just probably
It's
isn't as
pretty
good as the
bad.
other one.
No, it's
Why is
definitely
it pretty bad? It's not
Because
bad.
it's an on it so on attack console is like really or on attack top check filter, right? Top check if character add 1 ditch 1 is like significantly weaker than DitCX salvage.
Sure,
Especially for a
yeah.
deck that plays
It's a
bar.
nif-
Sure, but it's like it's not to the point that you can't play your
Oh, yeah,
card.
it's not like
anymore.
unplayable.
You
It's
still
still-
have
it's
the
still
yeah, because
playable,
you're
but-
still playing the card for
Yeah,
the
that's-
sake.
that-
It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
It
having
becomes
2
like a
Rickies and you're just complaining. Or I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like saying that like this other Ricky has a worse secondary effect. It's like yeah, I'm not going to disagree that the secondary effect is worse.
you're
but it's
playing
just
it for
like,
the event bonder first.
yeah, you're still
but-
playing it for the main.
Well,
yeah, the
It
primary
also
effect, so-
technically bonds to a worse event, if we're being technical.
The event summons
Like,
out
does
the
it?
worst.
I thought
Yeah, because they
A lot of times you
they
want to
spawn
do.
their face.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it is a different event.
yeah, so it spawns the Shirabe first instead of the Kirika first. So it means when you're playing it with the Shirabe stuff, the new one that's not banned, you
Yeah.
have to spawn a 3rd dude to be able to put out double Mocha like normal. So it means
Mhm.
you have to commit more and you're putting out a more mediocre card to be putting out at 2. It's like a better card at 3. It's extra instances of, but at 2, it's worse than the double mode. Yeah, it is slightly worse. Not significantly worse by any means, but on a whole, you're gonna play it though because the top end again, gross.
Yeah, very, very dumb. I still like the games where they mocha you and you cancel on 3 though. Like, that's pretty good.
Mocha special, baby.
Yeah. That always like, but it's like as the player who's defending against it, you're like, what can I do though? I can't do anything. I'm just like, I'm just me, you know. And then yeah, I don't think I came into this situation where they like throw away 2 climaxes, but I have played the combo and I've done it to other people, and I'm like, oh boy, because I've been playing a bunch of the 8-gate superstar, and that has the mocha combo too on the top end.
True.
Yeah. All right.
But anyways, yeah, that set was good. Just a quick recap. The Sinful Gear was pretty good. I was pretty lucky too. I opened more Chris's than any of the other 2 SSPs, so that was pretty nice. Yeah.
This is Hibiki? Chris is higher than Hibiki? People like Hibiki even more as a character.
Yeah, but Chris is a better card.
Okay.
And Chris is also extremely popular.
Yeah.
How's Bang Dream? Because everyone knows every Bang Dream set comes to English eventually, right? So do you actually get a lot of people buy Bang Dream stuff?
Wait, what was that first part you said?
I said, because everyone expects Bang Dream cards to come to English anyways.
Yeah.
And
okay, I didn't. I guess that's true. But yeah, Bang Dream was one of the worst sets this year. Honestly, was not very good. That set specifically, the Pop and Party one, was probably a bit worse than the other one. I'm talking sales, so I'm talking about deck strength, right? Like, because you guys got a Riki, and I think there's like a lot of cards played in the.
Yeah, only the Riki was is good here.
Yeah. But yeah, this set was like, yeah, and then the thing is, you can see like the people who struggle to move this too, because they'll like message me and they're like, oh, are you buying back these like SPs? And then they'll try to sell me the Riki SP, and it's like 300 or something, and I'm like, wow, I also have like a playset of this, so I don't need this card. I'm not gonna offer very much on it. And they're like, oh, but it's worth like $300, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't need it. I already have a playset of it. You know, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just not as easy to move in NA due to the situation we're in, because like we're playing JP in NA, you know, geographic, and then as you guys have mentioned, it's like one of those sets that come to English eventually because it's, you know, Bushi IP. So yeah, this was like one of the and then I definitely overestimated on this one. I think we actually got a lot of cases of this, so this was very unfortunate. But you know, you can't win them all, so that's how it is. That's how that set was. Raise of Sweetland was better because I didn't think this set was as popular, so we bought a good amount less, like I would say 40% less than the other one.
Because this one doesn't have the Yukina name to it.
Yeah, but then what was nice is, I guess because it's kind of new or whatever, people were like more drawn to it, because I think we probably have more sales for this one than the other one, or if not, they were equal, but we spent less money technically because we bought less of this one than the other one. So yeah, this set was still bad. I think. Well, I think set wise there were some cards that were pretty cool. There was like the 2-1 and a 3-2. Those two like together, the early play was like super annoying. People can't run over it, or is it really like, I forgot what it was, but it was like, it was either big wall or it was just like hard to deal with.
The meta deck 5 double R's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Yeah.
I played all of this except for this.
Out of the 6.
5 out of 6. Uchiusa.
Uchiusa was good. I mean, look at those SSPs, you know.
Popular IP, dude.
Oh, very popular. Yeah, very, very popular.
I don't actually see much people talking about it, though.
Dude, look at these SPs. This happened like within like a few days. I think over the weekend they actually bought out all of it, and I bought.
I remember
huge stands.
I remember looking at your site, and they were all gone so fast.
Yeah, like they were gone so fast, and I didn't have like a max rarity pre-order guide, because usually like when that happens, that's why you'll see like as soon as it goes up, there's already a ton of things out of stock. It's because a max rarity guy cleaned it out. Or they arranged with us beforehand to purchase, like basically reserved with us, so they never technically went online. This set, no one did that, and it was just all up there free for all, and then people just went ham. They just got everything.
All the
and the SSPs for this were just absolutely gorgeous. I think there are a lot of Rize fans. I think there's people who don't even play Gochusa and they just like it. I kept one Rize SSP just because the art was really nice.
Sheesh. And if only this thing wasn't
Rize.
$127, I would have picked up some up.
Rize is so cute.
Oh, that's not even as bad as the SSP, because the SSP I think went up. I think it was like 500 at first, and now it's like 800. So
what, really?
What is he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so
It's
good,
on the
though.
same tier as Chino. Chino was the most. I still have one
that's the
Chino
one?
with me, yeah, which is why there's still one online. But Chino was
Holy moly.
yeah, it was definitely the big one.
I just love Cocoa, dude.
I think someone pointed out too that I spelled it wrong. It's like, I think it's Gochumon with like 2 U's instead of an IU, and I'm like, I literally just copy pasted what I got from distribution. So blame that guy. I can fix that too. But if I fix it, the problem is it messes with all the URLs that it's ever been linked to anywhere, and then it would just be kind of annoying. And I'm like, I could just not fix the URL and fix everything else. But at this point, I'm like, it is what it is.
They know what set it is.
Yeah.
Gochi.
Tons of stands for the set.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Also, like,
ridiculous.
was this set bad? I don't think it was bad, right? It's okay.
No, it's not bad. It was just
But it's probably on the lower end of like stuff of this year, though, right?
no. I think it's actually on like the middle-ish. I think it just got eclipsed by like other popular sets that came out.
I think it was lower pre-ban list, but now it's gone up after post-ban list.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think the strength ever changed.
Oh,
like,
one
honestly.
thing
I
to
think it's
mention
one of the
too,
things
if you
to
scroll
play.
all the way down to the PR section, they had a buy a box promo.
Oh, the
for this.
reprint PRs, yeah.
Yeah, and those were very nice too. Like that. Oh, and then just look at those gorgeous going for seconds. I think some people would argue this is the best one of the year.
Yeah,
so
my
far.
local bought them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
those
they're
were really nice. And then, yeah, there was the buy a box promo, so that was sales wise very good.
And now
The
there's another
Rize,
set of Rizes
the
coming
little
out, too.
Rize reprint, and I think the 1-0 punch. This one looks way better than the
Yeah, I
EV
love-
version.
Yeah,
I hate.
Actually, all of this art is better than. the
all these
EV
arts are
version.
better than the anime art.
Yeah.
I hate the
exactly.
ED 1-0 punch so much.
Yeah. You hate playing against it, or you just hate?
No, I hate the art for the foil.
Oh, because she's just like playing in the river or something, right?
No, that's the base.
Oh,
The foil's her just standing there.
XD. Yeah, but this one, she's got a nice little like witch outfit, and she's like holding her hand out. And she's got a little bunny in the picture.
Yeah, I love Coco.
Great card.
She's the best.
All right, Mushoku.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of playsets off you.
I bought a bunch of Mushoku off
Oh
of
yeah,
you.
dude, you guys already know. Profile picture sitting on.
Yeah, we- I bought a bunch of
piece of
singles off
Mushoku,
you.
yeah. This
Yeah,
was
and-
so this
and
one was
playset.
crazy because we had 2 Max Ready playset pre-orders for this one, so we went very hard on this one.
Woo.
Yeah, it was over 50 cases. So it was a lot. I got enough trial deck playsets, or I bought enough trial deck cases to get 2 playsets of both the trial deck SPs. So, that goes, that speaks volumes, because it's like usually you just get the booster, cards, like the booster cases, but the TD was, like the set was in
the
demand
Roxy
enough that there's people
yeah.
who wanted like the people who messaged me, they're like, I want to go all out. Like, I want the TDSPs too. And I'm like,
shit.
okay, you got it, sir.
Oh my God.
And then Roxy is very, very high. I think on release, it was
$1,500.
the
Like,
oh yeah,
how the
the
box
Rudy
topper.
PR.
Oh
if you
my
guys
God.
want, I don't want to go. Like,
Oh,
I
on
don't
sale.
think it's that ridiculous, and we have quite a lot of copies of that. So go at it.
Oh, okay, I
Um,
kind of do want. I really want.
Yeah. Want a Rudy Jason? I'll go check how many. Talk to me offline. We'll see.
Okay,
We can work
okay.
something out.
I do.
Yeah.
I was
If
actually
you
gonna
want
buy.
Rudy,
I was
you
gonna
want
buy
a
them off
Rudy-
you, and then they price spiked
Wait,
like
you
a day later.
Wait, you still
Yeah.
have playsets to sell?
yeah, we still
Dude, do you
have
see how many?
playsets for
Do you see
sale.
how many double R's he has?
Yeah. Kevin,
Oh,
you know how
so-
many cases
He
go for
said
2
50
max 30
cases, Kevin.
playsets? Yeah, like 50 cases.
Dude,
It was
I
over 50,
bought
but
so
50
many
cases
playsets off you.
is 100 playsets.
Yeah, how many?
right, by
Okay,
that,
how
so-
many people actually bought stuff for D-side?
Okay, cool. We're skipping already to D side. D side was, on release people got all the triple R's, but yeah, not so much the other stuff. This is one of those things where it's like, maybe the booster will make it better, but it's like people have come to expect NovaTCG to stock everything, right? So also, as you guys know, we're gonna do Marvel. That we have a separate post on our page about that. But yeah, it's one of those things where people have come to just expect that we stock all the singles. So I'm just gonna do it for everyone, regardless of, there's gonna be a couple sets where it just isn't that good, but who cares?
I
It's
extremely
just for the
appreciate your
community, so.
TD singles, personally.
Yeah, so exactly, that was one of the things that I started doing because if you want to be like the UTA of the West, so to speak, like you kind of have to provide all that, which is actually one of the things I personally felt a little bad about the Persona 3 Chronicles. Like I did, like for the Chronicle sets, I'm not doing it because I just I thought it was kind of weird. Maybe I should though, because as the single store, you kind of want to have all of it. I've even been going as far to expand into PRs too, but PRs are like a different situation because it's like
Hard.
well, I actually do get PRs, but it's just like I'm not gonna, you're not giving those PRs to sell to people. So I just like I'm in a weird position where I'm just kind of holding on to all these PRs.
Isn't it like you can't sell them within a certain amount of time? I know that's how it is for Yu-Gi-Oh, where they have like OTS packs to give out for attorneys, but then they're like after a certain point, then you can start selling them as singles.
There are some rules around it where it's like but I was mostly I was gonna do it for a event. And like when in-person things resume and that becomes something within our power to do, I'd be handing them out there. And if at that point people still don't like show up and get them, then it's like, okay, well, I tried what I could to push it and I didn't keep it secret or anything. I'm obviously publishing it everywhere and try to reach out to as many people as I can. And at that point, I made a good faith attempt to try to distribute these, and they still don't go out. Then it's like, yeah, at that point, they generally don't request them back either, so you can so unless out of some weird circumstance they're like, hey, we want these PRs back or whatever, but generally that doesn't happen. So yeah, so I do want to branch onto PRs that way to stock it for everyone, to have everything available so people can get stuff. But yeah, but going back to D-Side, yeah, I don't think D-Side was probably that popular or anything. It was just kind of whatever. We had quite a bit of, I wouldn't even say we have quite a bit, but we had some people buy playsets to try to click just because the art's nice and they're anticipating the booster and they're just getting ready early.
Yeah, true.
And, people bought out the triple Rs, and then SPs might have been like a bit much for them, so they just didn't go for it. But I remember those triple Rs actually sold out like right away. I think like we just posted all the triple Rs we got. People just snatched them up.
People are telling me that for like a T is actually like pretty good.
A TD case? It depends on the set.
No, people are saying like the set was actually good. Like for a TD plus, like the set was actually like those are a good TD.
It was a good
like,
TD.
Like strength wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember. All I remember is
you guys never reviewed the set, right? Because it's not it didn't get a booster. Yeah. I didn't really look at the cards either. I think
I just remember
let me look.
Told me.
Yeah, there are translations. Shouts to Chad. Chad does all the translations for NovaTCG. So
except for when he gets them wrong.
And which you guys can go grill Chad about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Grisaya
is a very nice set. I think my one complaint with this set was
had the
so they sent out it's one of those weird sets where they had they had multiple rarities for the same card. I think you can play like 4 different kinds of rarities for the same card. You can get like a double R, you can get a OFR PR, and you can get like a PR or something. Some cards had like 4 different rarities, so that was pretty funny. I also really do think it was cool the way they put the instead of box toppers, where like a lot of the times box toppers were kind of whatever. They just put like a higher rarity, like a different alt art version of something. So it was just like something fun for people to like go for. I thought it was pretty cool.
You want to buy boxes too. It was nice.
Yeah. All right, incentivizes more like buy box stuff too, so that's cool. It also made it easier for people to complete play sets that way, because like you'll buy a box, sometimes you won't open as many double Rs, but when you get another shot of it as a box topper, it's like kind of cool, so you don't have to go so deep.
And they look good
and they look good too. So yeah. I may have to update some of this. When we're putting this all on blast right here, it makes me realize that I probably should go back and restock some of this stuff. If anyone needs stuff, let me know. I should probably put like
I do all the time.
There's no way I'm out of this like what's it? This rare
the Michu runner.
Yeah, the Michu runner. I don't think
same thing as the Prepinate runner, by the way. Same card.
Yeah.
$5 rare.
Some of these rares do like, they're oh shoot, this Kazuki 1-0. Pretty sure I played this. I forgot what this did though.
PD 3-2 and Hasbro.
Okay, and sorry, I think I skipped over some chat questions that I was gonna ask.
Answer? Okay. You can do that. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna get some water. Brian, pop off.
Okay, guys. There's gonna be
your show.
2. Yeah, it's my show now. Guys, I've hijacked the show. Anyways, I'm gonna scroll up a little. I think I haven't been I see Chris versus NovaTCG only sell singles. Primarily, yeah, I don't really like selling sealed, but there's been like demand for it and some people care. So I think for one thing I was trying to like kind of answer and in the middle was with what do you call them, booster breaks, because there's more collectors in the scene and they kind of like that stuff. So I was doing that. I did it for Hololive. We cracked like 2 cases on stream, but Hololive was like kind of weird because the first case I cracked, I got the SSP in the first box, and so everyone else was just sitting there like, oh, okay, and they're all like very disappointed and kind of sad. So it's like, but it's hard to solve that problem because like people would ask like, oh, could you go open another case and shuffle in the box? I'm like, I don't know, it's not really how the case is supposed to work. And it's like, I think the idea of all these rarities too, it's like kind of a community thing because Bushy doesn't take any liability in that kind of stuff, right? So like, for example, if something is like everyone in the community saying 1 SSP, 4 SP for Hololive, but like, let's say you opened, 1 SSP and 3 SPs, and then you can't go complain to anyone because they technically never said that you can get 4 SPs. So, it's like their way to avoid the liability thing. And also like, as a shop, it's like, we also didn't do anything. You literally watched me open a sealed case on stream. So, I didn't do anything with the boxes or anything. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, that's just how it is with the way the rarities are in this game. It's not like, I guess it's not as exciting as like Pokemon or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like Magic, where like they give you a rough, like they give you a lower bound. There's no like, and it ends like a rough upper bound, but you don't get like, there's no like guaranteed you're gonna pull stuff versus in Weiss that you do. I don't think that's necessarily a problem though. But yeah, anyways, so do I only sell singles? I primarily sell singles. I also sell English booster boxes. There's quite a bit of that, but I think most people don't really know us for that. It's mostly like the people on eBay who buy them, and then we offer a cheaper option on the website because obviously we don't have to deal with the eBay fees. I think someone already asked, or someone already answered that question. Thanks for that. Let's see what other questions there. Was the site name? Someone answered that.
We came back at the same time.
I think Jason came back a little earlier.
I came back a little fast.
Someone says something about stocks, bonds, followed by crypto and other alt investments.
Oh, is it to invest in Weiss Schwarz as a game? Kevin said
I think there's a good amount of people who are like pretty against that. Like if you want to do it, power to you, but it's just like if you engage in that, like don't expect people to like not be annoyed, because it's like the game was primarily designed for players. That's why it has, because like if you want to do that, go buy a piece of art then, right? Don't buy a trading card. Whereas like a trading card has a bunch of text on it and it's designed to be played, and there's like rules and ways to play the game. So it's like, and it's like if you want to join in and like because you really like the set, because like there's like these different collectors out there. There's like people who just really like the game and they really like, they just want to buy the stuff and they just want to participate. That's like pretty cool. But then there's other people who are just like more like in your face about how, oh yeah, I'm just here to like juice you guys for a quick dollar, and it that's obviously going to rub some people the wrong way. That's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, honestly. But yeah, and then diversify. Yeah, sure, you should diversify. I think that's good advice. Is it best to invest in single trial decks or boxes? I don't know what you mean by that. Like you're asking, like, I understand. Like I'm not trying to answer you as I'm obviously not giving financial advice, but I don't really know what you mean by investing in single decks.
I think you say if you want to collect signs, is it better to buy boxes for the sign or just to buy the sign outright? Probably better just buy the sign, honestly, because opening boxes.
I think buying the signs. I mean, buying the signs, you get what you want. It's like. I think the worst part about it is like it varies so much and nobody wants to do the math for you, because one, it gets messy, and then two, like people don't want to be liable for like, you know, because if they give you the stats and you play off the stats, and let's say they got the calculations wrong, now they're liable, and then, you know, I'm not saying you're gonna sue them, but like they'll get in some kind of trouble, and they'll get like, you know, whatever. So it's like, generally this is something like you have to do your own research and just see like what were the ratios for this set and was it worth it for you. So it's like it's gonna vary from set to set.
Oh, so
yeah.
cold. Dude, why is it negative 30?
It says TDs aren't worth. Boxes can be mapped for high rate.
Negative 30 Lamau.
I don't know what you mean by that, but boxes definitely can be. So like when you see people selling like TD or boxes online, yeah, there's definitely like, I remember my friend, he told me like, oh, you know, because, you know, I have a card shop, and he's like, oh, you guys want to buy like some extra boxes off of my friend, and it was like Gotobu in the second set or something, and he was like suspiciously selling me like 16 boxes or whatever, like exactly the amount of boxes minus the, or is it like 14, the amount minus the amount of SSPs and OFRs or whatever it was. And I was like, dude, I'm not an idiot, like I know what you probably did. And then like I confronted him about it, and the guy was like, oh yeah, there's like, I pulled the SSP and the whatever out of these boxes already. And I'm like, hello, why the hell would I buy this? Like, and then for someone like me who, you know, I'm an expert, I would argue I'm more knowledgeable about this than anyone else in NA. Like I'm not gonna get deceived by this, but other people will. So, you know, be very careful when you buy those things online. It's just how Weiss Schwarz is. Like they go by like a set like ratio of how they print like SPs and SSPs. Versus like I mentioned before, like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, they don't tell you like, oh, there's 4 open frames or something in a case or whatever. Also, people don't remember that like Weiss is like pretty big investment, because a case of Weiss is like 18 booster box for Japanese, and I think a case for other card games like Pokemon is like 6 boxes. It's not that much. I don't know what it is for some of the other card games that I know WeCross is 12, but WeCross I don't count as a new game. By the way, I opened this random, like while I just joined, I pulled this SCR Hirana, and I was like, I didn't know this comes in the thing. It's super off center, by the way. I'm like, holy crap. But yeah, anyways, I didn't know this came in the box, because I think in JP this does not show up. But anyways, yeah. So in Weiss, just, you know, be careful. The rarities, people kind of know, like they know how many SPs, SSPs. Oh, one thing I do want to mention though is like this has happened to me, and it's like I can't do anything about it because, like I said, it's how Bushy like blocks, or I wouldn't say block. I don't really blame him for it. It's just like they never told you there was, you know, say 3 SPs in a case. You as a community just observed that of 100 cases open, there was 300 SPs pulled. So you came to the conclusion that it was like 3 per, but sometimes a misprint happens or something, and one of the cases has 4, one of the cases have 2. I've actually never heard of it having more, but I guess no one's ever complaining if it has more. But anyways, yeah. So like, for example, Crimson, was it the Konosuba Crimson? Which one? The movie set? Yeah, whatever it was. But yeah, that set, I remember one of my master cases. I think the master case was supposed to be 2 SSPs. So like 2 of the cartons would have an SSP in it, and then one of them would be an empty. I had one where it was only 1 SSP and 2 of them were empty. And then, and I wasn't missing an SP. So like the SSP got replaced as an SP, I guess. And so I just lost out on a Union or Megumin SSP. And, you know, I can cry all I want about it, but there's no legal liability. Like they're not going to do anything about it. Like just, it is what it is. So, it happens. That's also like going back to like the whole sealed versus singles questions. Like some people just get real salty when they gamble and like they don't get what they want. They're going to complain. People complain about too that like, oh, if Weiss was like more like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon, where like they didn't have these quote-unquote mappable ratio, like it would be so much better. But it's like, you go look at those games, people get salty regardless. Like I see videos where someone's just like, oh yeah, you resealed my box, and it's just because he didn't pull what he wanted, and they're like, oh yeah, you tampered with my box or whatever. It's like people are gonna get salty regardless, and people are just gonna find a reason to complain no matter what. So generally, I don't think that really solves the problem.
I know one of my friends bought a case of Yu-Gi-Oh and then pulled the most expensive card in there. It's pretty salty.
The Starlight?
I think someone asked.
No, not Starlight. It was the.
This might be a little back.
It was the. What's it? Tens? Mega Tens? And he didn't pull.
They didn't pull what?
Cross-out, yeah.
It's just rich.
Yeah.
But I call master cases. Oh well, I'm just following the official terminology.
Yeah.
So like, what everyone calls a case is Bushiro calls those cartons, and then what people call a master case is what Bushiroad calls a case. So 3 cartons equals 1 case, but everyone just starts calling cartons cases. So to avoid any confusion, I just say cartons and I say master cases. So I use like the, both like very
Official.
far versions of whatever. Yeah.
It's like people saying pants and doors or whatever. Not
Oh,
using gates. People,
Yeah,
people avoid
and see, here's the
using
thing:
gates.
I'm not for policing people's speech. So like, you want to call it a case, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm just saying, like, when you talk to me though, and let's say you're like, I want to buy a case, I have to be specific. I'm like, are you asking for a master case or are you asking for 1 carton, right? So like, because there are people who place pre-orders with me because I know them and then they just like need to get a case. I've helped people out too. They miss pre-orders and I can sometimes get you some extra. Or I have some extra I can spare. So yeah, so like whenever that stuff happens, I have to be very specific with people. And then someone said, "Oh wait, you're getting Marvel somehow." Yeah, so we will be importing Marvel. It's through a Japanese store. I think it's Amenity Dream, if I don't remember, or if I'm not mistaken. But
I
yeah,
recognize that name.
we're going to be getting it from a Japanese shop, and so but obviously it's Christmas, holidays, and then there's a bunch of shit going on in the world. So it probably won't arrive very soon.
I assume it's not going to be
here
a big supply either.
It's not very much. I think it's only a few cases. It's very little. It's not going to be a lot, but it's just so we can provide something, which is why I'm not selling any playsets because I won't even have very much like available.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
a couple.
I had like a friend ask me, and I'm like, for a friend, sure, I'll sell you a playset, but it's not going to be very cheap because like you saw the prices on those double R's there. I think if you sum it up, it's like magically 420, which I thought was hilarious. Yeah. I was actually hoping that like the way the guy calculated was like, he's like, all right, I'm starting with 420 and I'm just going to divide the numbers up in a way that they all add up to 420 when you add them all up times 4. I was like, that's super funny. Or at least that's my headcanon. Okay, what else is there? End of stream? Nah, not end of stream. Knocker up trade. Let's see, what else is there?
Guys, how long does it take to DK?
What's my stream? I do have a stream. It's,
you can plug it in.
It's Nova. Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Nova Card Shop. We haven't been doing that much. I think on that stream I mostly did the booster breaks for Hololive, and I did unboxings for all the trial decks. So that was those videos I think were like old enough that I think Twitch just cleans them up, but they were on there for quite a while. And I think our most recent one is we were just playing some games. It was me, Chad, and our friend Kenny. We were just playing games with like recent sets. It was like post-ban list, so they were trying out some of the post-ban list stuff. I think Kenny was playing like unbanned Monogatari and super banned Data Live. I still think Kurumi is really strong, but he did note to me, he's like, I haven't beat you a single time with this deck since like the post ban, and I was like, oh, I actually don't remember, because every time I play against that card, I just remember the bad Kurumi stuff, not so much if I won or not. But yeah, Chad was playing the Salt Lily list that I didn't hear of, but apparently you guys are saying in Japan that they think is really good, the book gate one. So yeah, that was. And I was playing Superstar and Danmachi, and I played a game of Apex Gotobun at the very end. It's on a VOD too, so if you want to watch any of the games, they're available there. Let's see.
Is Nova going to sell portrait boosters in the future like they did with DC? Capel?
Oh yes, the answer to that is yes. We will be covering portrait boosters of. I already have the pre-orders for Assault Lily. I think review's not open yet, but Assault Lily, I think we already have a pre-order in. So yeah. Do you buy singles or do you open boxes? I do both. So if you're selling singles, we buy back, we buy lists. A lot of our restocks comes from like singles. So like I remember when you guys were going through our Assault Lily, like someone did clear out our inventory, but I think some local folks sold us some stuff back. Pulled like the SP or Elite Play, the green one, and so that's why we had that in stock.
You have like an open buyback?
I mean, literally, I just got in these two this weekend. I haven't processed them yet because Christmas break. Staff is not here.
Oh, we don't know what two you're talking about because you don't have your webcam on.
Yeah, I know. I positioned it, but like you never told me to like do webcam on, so I've just been like sitting here this whole time, like. Whatever, right. But it's okay. I don't really need to show them. It's the 3/2 Fubiki Elite Play Healer and this 3/2 Kanon from the new set. This is SPB. So I got those two just in. Yeah, so if you want to buy a list, we're always buying. I like using that slogan because it is generally true, but some people do take it very literally and they try to sell me like a ton of comments and stuff, and I'm like, I think for any recent set, I don't want anything at all because we have so much we've been throwing it away.
Yeah,
But
no common books.
if it's from an older set, like you don't see it on here, or something before like 2020, may be interested depending on what it is. Because like there's some old stuff that go up, like the ReZero, like the random events and stuff. Those go up. Like there's the holding hands one. I think that one's like $3.
Yeah, return by
Although I
death.
feel like we have a lot of those because the return by deaths, $4 card. Yeah, but we do have quite a bit of those too. There's the Amelia early play punch, the OG like ghost punches and stuff. Yeah, so some of those old stuff, those are cool, but yeah, so I guess it depends on what you're selling, but but we'll give you a quote, I think. Just hopefully it's not like if you say something it's like all stuff we don't really care about, then no, but if it's like it has any like decent stuff, we'll price out what it is and just tell you, what it is. And it says, if you want to collect buy signed, I don't know what.
You get to keep going with the discussion for the last
Oh
few years.
yeah, sure. I don't mind. We can keep going. So which set are we? What did we leave off?
We
on?
just finished Grisaya.
B-side or is it Grisaya?
just-
We're
we
on,
just
we're on Quince now. Unless you want to talk about.
I assume the Chronicle set is basically the same as the.
Yeah,
Persona
I mean
one,
it's pretty much the same as Persona 3. It's
Quintuplets.
yeah, we'll go to quintuplets. This set was great. It's a Gotobun set. People love Gotobun. People love their favorite girl. And
Best girl.
oh, okay, yeah. See, and then like it starts this like war, and then like I don't know. I feel like the guy who made this might have been really smart. Either him or the marketing guy who thought, hey, this is a great thing to try to market to people because then it creates division and people fight over who they like more, and then they try to prove how much they like them by how much money they're willing to spend on them. But anyways, jokes aside, yeah, this set was great. It was it's a very strong set, I think. Right, this definitely made Gotobun good set. Without this set, where like you guys would agree that it's like
Not that
kind of lower on the tier
not
list,
worth.
right? Yeah, it's like much lower on the tier list. And then with this new set, they gave you new options, namely the Yitsuki 1 combo. Very, very good card. Very, very good girl too. And then also they gave you the Nino. At least the 3-2 didn't cut her hair, right? But I think the SSP does. So I'm just like, I don't want to play that. But we have I think 4 of we have 3 of these now. Okay, we have 3 of these in stock for if anyone wants them.
Damn.
Hold on, I'm just reading chat.
If only I wasn't so poor. And by poor, I
Your
mean,
decklist roasted for free XD.
if only I didn't have to save money for English Full Live and Psychono Set 3.
Yeah, if your information is not enough, I will reach out to you. I'm just like preliminarily like doing it just so I don't forget. There are things that like honestly I forget and it's not good, so yeah, I should I just didn't want to miss it by accident or anything. Yeah. One of the crazy things about this set was the box topper PRs. Those kind of popped off. There was only like it's the normal 1 per case, and they ended up people who really like them just kind of they cleaned out shop, so they definitely. Oh hey, my Ichika's finally gone. I remember I had like 1 Ichika going first left, and then
Only
it
one?
just sat there, and I guess
just
now
the
it's gone.
first, but the second.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Sometimes people do that.
You want to explain your reasoning for separating the first and second instead of pairing them?
Oh, it's a single story, like you just want this one, you don't want the other one. I actually have staff ask me like, why the hell do you do this? And I was just like, I mean, it's not a bad point, but I also don't want to force someone to buy both if they just want one. But at the same time, this is something you probably should be buying both. So maybe there's a good argument.
Some people like
there
to mix and match, right?
Yeah, some people do. They definitely do. And because they print these every set now. Some people just want like a specific this part and they don't want the other one. So
Yeah, I have a Nino and an Itsuki one.
Yeah, I think I somewhat balance it too. When like if I notice like something's disproportionately selling like as they're going first, like sometimes the going first is a girl and the going second is a dude, and it's like, okay, well, we're gonna adjust the prices so that in the end it's like about the same. Had they just bought the whole set. Okay, and yeah, this set was great. It was people like the set. It's like it's good from both perspectives, right? Like the people who really want to go all out and max their set, those guys were present, and then the people who just wanted to play the set for competitive strength and just wanted the single cards, those guys were present too. So it was just it was a good deal. This and Grisaya were like very good sets, and I think they followed in the Hall Live, which that like. Ooh,
Yeah, that
was,
whole
that was
summer,
quite the month of sales.
This summer, Jesus.
Yeah, this May,
Oh
this
my God.
that month of sales was ridiculous. Like, man,
I was one of those suckers
popped
getting
off.
hit one by one, and by one by
Yeah.
Mushoku too.
If you look by year, yeah, these guys they went so hard. I think October, man, that was quite the month. Yeah, I'm looking at sales charts right now, and October
Brian,
was
I want
just
to know.
just
He wants
low.
to know if he can ship stuff.
I think that's something you
With a
should
different
probably talk about.
Yeah,
in
you should
DMs.
probably like message people
Well,
for
he-
that.
he
Like
just
that's
want-
not something that. It's kind of weird you asked Jason, but I'm assuming he's like.
I don't know.
your
He said it in the
locals.
chat. He literally just said it in the chat
Okay.
to try to just because I'm.
Well,
looking-
you should definitely email the service at NovaTCG.com. Yeah. So
just go.
yeah, go. You should
Probably do
definitely reach out for that. That's like. That might be denied honestly, because like they will be combined if they're the same shipment, but I think if you're gonna send it separately, that's kind of annoying because like I would have to reach out to the other person if they're okay with it, and then it just like, yeah, I'll be honest with you, there's a very high chance that's gonna get denied, so it won't be fulfilled. But yeah. Anyways, the one thing that this set did kind of suck on for Gotobun was the HYRs. I think a lot of people didn't like the death stares they were giving people, and so yeah. And then the OFRs, I
Yeah,
think some of the
I
arts
don't
were
like
kind of derpy too.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
a lot of the HYRs like good cards except for Izuki.
Yeah, Itsuki's was
Itsuki's
really
the
nice.
break
This
card,
one
right?
was the +1 hand size.
Yeah,
I
that card's good.
love this I love this card, but yeah, this art is kind of like
Wasn't
funky to
Nino
me.
You know was.
Yeah.
Oh, this card was horrible.
What? What's so wrong with what'd she do?
I
What'd
meant
she
I meant
do?
the effect wise.
Oh, this is a 3/2. Dude, you see how dark that is? I can't even see that it's a 3/2 on the thing.
Yeah.
It's just the way they like scan. There's maybe a better way to do it, but Anyways, and then like the runner OFR is like kind of not that good looking. I think the Riki also doesn't look very good. That's why when I see people play the max rarity, those OFRs, I'm just like, eh. The climaxes are very good looking. And I think the Miku early play is pretty good too. Or it's okay, it's not bad. But the others all, and then Nino is also okay, but the other three don't look so good.
Yeah.
Your eyes are so huge.
I love the Nino and Itsuki OFRs. They're so nice.
Really? You like the Itsuki?
They're the climax.
Her eyes
the
are so
climax.
huge here.
Yeah, the eyes are
That-
huge. Oh, you
the-
mean the
the
climax? Yeah,
climaxes?
the climax
Yeah,
looks
the
great.
climax is great.
Oh,
No, I don't care about that card. I care about the climax.
I should fix this
Oh.
climax.
I
to
actually don't
this
mind that
image.
card that much, but the card's fine.
Yeah.
The other girls look better though. Like
Yeah.
I like the Ichiko OFR a lot more.
I should
think.
fix
That's
that
probably my
top,
favorite
dude. I realized a
OFRs.
bit of that image is like
There.
kind of not cropped properly. Okay. Anyways, going into Hall Live,
Hell yeah. Money,
Hall
money,
Live
money.
TD. Ooh, this is a set. We actually got a reshipment of or I guess reshipment is the weird term. It's just a restock. We just got extras basically of I think Generation 3 and Gamers because those are the
two big
popping
ones,
sets.
yeah.
So, yeah, the two big ones.
Burning
Zero and
Russia.
others are pretty cool, but ultimately I don't like buying stuff after the fact. Like the best time to sell Weiss cards is almost always on release. It's like
Makes sense.
I think it always is, just because like someone might argue that this card goes up, but yeah, everything else goes down though. And then also the demand is like everyone wants the thing like on release when it just came out, versus like let's say a month or two later, and let's say prices have like more stabilized, but by then it's like you're kind of getting the people who are just kind of like they only want specific cards. It isn't the pool of everybody. It's just a pool of specific people. So it's like yeah, it's almost never better to sell like later than on release. So anywho, that's why like when they ask for reprints and stuff generally, and I think most shops have learned this, like if you've been in the market long enough, you almost never want it. The only time I can think you want it is you just didn't get it on the first wave, because I think for like English wise, for example, I didn't get Konosuba 1 and 2 on the first wave, and so when they announced reprints, I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna go get these. Yeah, this TD. There's a lot of things up for sale. Mostly because there's a lot of copies of them, so those are all up. And yeah,
Man,
I mean,
you never pull a
you guys know
single
the strength of a lot of these
TD.
cards.
You didn't pull a single Rushia TDSP.
I did not. So if anyone has a Rushia or Fubuki from Gamers, I need those for scans. You will be, rewarded for, and I generally just offer to buy if you're not in the area, but if you are in the area, I don't mind like giving it back to you as long as you're okay with it. And I usually always give you guys something for it, so I'll give you like a little.
Get more TD Coronet, dude.
Yeah. Did you buy the Coronet?
I bought one of your SSPs. You didn't have a when I looked for the
booster SP?
SP,
Oh, it's probably already gone. Yeah.
No, you just
No,
stock up
no,
your,
the
stock
TDSP,
up your
yes,
most sold card Miko drop search.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. So
Oh
for
my
Hololive, Miko Drop Search I think was the most purchased card. I think the second most was probably the double R Coronet. And then
runner?
I think the clean cut. Yeah, that card was very, because I think it was cheap for quite a while. And it's Coronet. A lot of people like her, so people just went out.
I mean, the runner is really good too.
Yeah, because the thing with some of these other cards, like some people might assume Suisei or the Fubuki, which was like kind of in every deck. Those cards are expensive, so that gatekeeps people a little bit.
I know.
Like, if
I
your
bought
card's
zero.
less than $10, when your card's like less than $10, people will buy it. So
I mean, Coronet's up now, right? Coronet's like more than $10
Coronet's
now.
a lot more now. Yeah, Coronet's more than a lot.
I made up pretty good on like day one for Hololive too. I think I bought like the Suiseis off you before they spiked. Same with the Fubukis.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
which is why I
Coronet's
think it's
at,
good, because it's
like
like it's
7.
when everything's popping, but it's also when the market's not exactly stable. So a lot of people do end up with that. They make out with the they get the good prices, because eventually once people test stuff and they realize that, hey, this card's actually better than everyone thought it was, and all of a sudden it goes up. Like even like Mushoku, like if you look at the event, the 1-0 blue one, that card's like multiple dollar, like $2 or $3 I think
really
dollar card. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you
those
talk
cards
about
are pretty-
Mushoku, you talk about the PR. That card was like
No.
pretty
you're talking
cheap.
about
Oh, I'm talking
the
about the blue.
Yeah, I know,
blue
I know
ones
the
are-
blue one, but also the
Yeah.
PR is also like
PR did go up kind of ridiculously, which is why,
think
like,
it's insane.
honestly, maybe you can even have a community like vote on what they think is fair for this card, because I don't need the charts on $60 for one of these. It's like
it's
not necessary.
oh no, site died again.
Did it? It loads for me.
I don't know.
action
Kevin
time
Oh
doesn't
dogs.
no! What have you guys been
My
doing?
internet sucks. Kevin's internet sucks.
Oh no! Oh no! It's not just
Everybody's
Kevin's
crashing
internet.
it. The
Ah.
42 people watching. Oh man, we lost like 20 people after the giveaway. Understandable. It works for me, Kevin. What's wrong with you?
Understandable, right? It's understandable.
Yeah.
I thank you guys for sticking around. I almost
Yeah.
want to do something for you guys for being good sports and sticking around with the stream. You guys are great. I
$3.
appreciate
Wait, this is
you. I
uncommon.
hope that I'm providing something somewhat
$3
interesting
uncommon.
for you guys to watch, something informative.
I think it's really interesting.
I'm kind
I
I'm
like
kind of
it.
skipping out on like going out, as my friend from out of town is here, and he's in the military, so he's only gonna be back for like until New Year's, and so he's gonna be deployed again, and so I'm slightly missing out on that. I'm gonna still go get dinner with him, but I'm I would have hung out with him this afternoon. Don't feel bad, by the way. It's just it's just how the schedule lined up or anything, but yeah, I'm missing out on some of this other stuff to put this on, so I do appreciate all the people who stick around. And yeah, and if you guys want, like, I don't mind discussing this stuff, but there's also like, I can't be loose-lipped about things, right? So like I'll talk about Mushoku, you got 50 case, but I don't really like talking about case counts for like other stuff that much. So I don't say too much.
Mushoku was the one where you took the picture, right? We were sitting
Oh
on
yeah.
the throne on Facebook.
You can count the boxes, but if you want to just count the boxes, that's how if you want to figure out how many cases are in it, you can just count the boxes in the picture. So yeah, if you look up my Facebook profile and you click the picture and you just try to count how many cases it is, well, there you go.
Brian, you got any more of those Ghislaine standby foils?
Oh, please don't.
You got
I don't
one.
know if you're trying to mock me, but
No.
if you mean the triple R,
Yeah,
no,
no,
it's in
like,
stock, isn't it? It's in stock right there.
You have one.
One stock.
Oh, do I
more.
have more? I'll go look it up for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, if you see anything on the store that, like, let's say you want 4 copies, but there's only one online, always feel free to reach out. We can always check for you if there's more. Because we do get buy lists a lot, and so stuff like moves hands pretty often. And there's also like a pseudo, like, I don't know if you guys know, but like people like to buy stuff out. You know, there's some, I don't want to call them bad actors, but they're folks that are a bit more, and they're not even like collectors or people who are trying to, like, you know, invest in Weiss. They're just people trying to make a quick dollar because you have something not priced correctly, and so they just want to go buy like all your copies of a certain card. And those people, you know, come and go. And like one way to combat that, which I don't know if you guys know, on TCG Player they do that. They put like 1 copy of a card, and that way, like, let's say it's mispriced, someone buys it, it's okay, I still have a bunch more copies, and I put it back online. So it's just a way to combat it. I've actually had talks with Yue about it, and I think his take on it is like, whatever. If they want to buy 20 copies of this one card, just let them buy 20 copies. You know, I'm just like, you know, everyone has their own way of doing it. But yeah. So I will look if you need more. I probably do have more.
I actually wanted to play set of that Mieras.
Okay, yeah. Reach out to me. You also wanted the PR, right? So just reach out to me for like a list of all the shit you want, and I'll see. We can work something out. You got your thing, by the way, right? The what was it? The Gotobun refresh.
Yeah, I
PR?
did. Thank you.
Yeah, that card's pretty cool.
I don't know, that card like makes that deck. When I was trying to play without it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is suffering. I put that card in, and I'm like, oh my god, this deck feels playable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Hall Life TD, our most sold card was, I think, the Miko Drop Search, and then the next most for this set particularly would be the Clean Cut from the Coco. Yeah. You know what? I can even look it up. I probably won't get the count on how many was bought, but I can probably look up how many orders the Miko was. Yeah, I think I looked this up just because I was curious. I think the number was like pretty crazy. It was like
that I
8
don't
plus
see
copies
played.
or something. And that was like not counting the amount of trial deck playsets people bought.
True.
Let's see.
What'd you say?
It was like...
I said I think Coco was like one of the most expensive, like the most like bought out ones that people don't play. Like people are like hyping that card up, like, you know, people are like, hey, you gotta play it, and then you never see it in lists, right?
Which card?
The Coco Clean Cut.
Oh,
like,
the
I
Coco
don't,
Clean
you
Cut?
don't see her in
Maybe.
lists all that often.
Maybe.
But like
that is kind of true.
I
You
own
do have
8.
a point.
But Miko is like in every.
Miko Drop Search, I own 12.
Yeah.
I play her. I think I can put her in at least.
Or her in
I
every
just
deck.
took one out of Bruce to
Mm-hmm.
put on in, and I'm just gonna put it in something else now. I'm just gonna move it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
so I think
Shion,
it was
I like
that.
that.
I think we have
Shion
like...
0. Cards. Shion. Cards like 50 cents.
Honestly,
What's
it's
sold
probably
out?
over
Oh, it's on
100
sale.
plus copies. of that
Yo,
card,
it's on
honestly.
sale.
It was a lot.
Good. That card's actually like
Buy it, dude.
That card
Buy it. Go for it.
unvalued.
Take advantage of the
I
sales.
own 8. I don't need it.
Take advantage of it.
But yeah,
Well,
other
you know,
guys
for
buy
all
it.
the people watching, you know, feel free to take
Card's
advantage of
real-
the sales. Welcome to
You
Super
don't have it.
Smash
It's really
Bros.
good.
Add the card.
Are any of you two selling the White Cross TCG? I'm interested in doing it, but
Please do.
I did not
Anyone
carry the... Yeah, so like, the thing with the White Cross, though, is
White
I
Cross.
think the English is slightly different than JP, so we're going to have to, like, figure out how to do it. But that's always a good thing, right? We should, like, learn to price things on our own instead of always, like, rely on other stores
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
it's a lot of people right now are just kind of, they're like way back.
Yeah, I know. I've seen. And I think right now the UT prices are, like, kind of... I think they're healthy as a seller, but I really do have to go see the numbers. Like,
Yeah.
can you?
No,
is
they've
this
been-
profitable? Right. Like the first thing I'm gonna look at as a store is like, is it profitable if I sell it at this rate? I'm gonna get like cases of the reprint, and then we'll see how it goes. But I definitely am interested. I was literally opening like 2 boxes I bought on stream
It's really fun.
earlier. Well, you know, I hopped in. So yeah, game's cool. I like the game. I played the OG.
I'm
version.
enjoying the new format a lot. Like, I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next. What was the next one? Assault
World
Elite,
Trigger.
World Trigger. Oh man.
Oh,
Does people
I
actually
thought
buy
we were
this?
gonna go into Hall Life BP. Because we could talk about.
We kind of like went over it too, but yeah, go ahead. We still have more to talk about the VP.
I guess I don't have too much more. So it's just like, you see those SSP holes that I have? I want those SSPs.
Yeah.
So if you guys have them, let me know. I heard Yue open the Watame, but he like instantly gave it to his friend, and I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, that happened on stream too.
Yeah, I was like, I needed that card. And yeah, Man, I was very glad to get this Coco. This Coco, this happened in a really weird way. So I got the reprint, and local guy opened it, and I was like, oh, can I borrow that? And then my brother explained to him, why he needed it, because my brother's friend. He was like, oh yeah, sure, you can. Here you go. And I was like, okay. And I just borrowed it for like a minute, and I finally got this Coco skin because I was like, I really do not want to buy this card, but. Oh, that card's pricey. But yeah. Oh yeah, funny story. I have 4 Aquas again because someone traded me a Miko for an Aqua. And I was like, that's pretty good. So I'm thinking about like maybe rebuilding that deck again.
It's 4 for himself.
For himself, okay.
For me. Yeah, I love Akutan.
It's the onion.
Yeah.
Hooper.
I have the SP too, so I held on to those. The Suisse, this was like
Kanata when.
This was very unexpected because I like Suisse no matter what, so I went and bought a copy because I needed the scan anyways, and so I got it.
Money.
I put it up, and it sold like within a few minutes or hour of it going up. I was like, oh shoot. I don't really think
stocking
and people like, don't underestimate the Suisse.
Tier 3 Sui subs are
tier 3
one of a kind.
Sui subs.
They refresh your page every day.
They're scary individuals.
I do have some people.
I know Dan does that with Yute. He's like stalking.
He does it with Yute, and he does it with like Mercari and Garupan too.
And he's trying to find the foiled CXs.
The
PR ones.
We can talk about how someone might be able to win those.
Ooh.
But yeah. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, we'll
I want to win those
for something fun on the side. Yeah. How many of those do I even have? I don't have.
I need the Ruscio ones, dude. I gotta match the
not that small. It was like very compressed, so it didn't look very big. Talk about how some folks can win some live markets.
Wow. You guys hear that? Right. World Trigger.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, let's go to World Trigger. World Trigger is a very weird set because it was not like... I think the process to obtain the licensing for this set was very, like, not good. And the distributor wasn't even sure if they can, like, let this out. But they did a quick... Like, basically, the pre-order was due for a while. Like, in JP, this pre-order was long overdue. And then here in North America, our distributors were talking with JP Bushiroad, like, hey, are we getting it? And it was constant back and forth. And eventually, I think it got to the point where it was like, I think we're getting it. It's not a hard yes, but whatever. And then the distributors reached out like, hey, you have a 1 day window to pre-order this set.
Sheesh.
Do you want it? And so we had to give them an answer within 24 hours, and we weren't allowed to take any pre-orders, obviously, because we didn't even know the set was coming. So, and then, distribution had told us that it's okay if you don't pre-order much, or if you don't pre-order any at all. We'll be sure to forward any feedback to Bushi about how, like, this is why it affected sales, blah, blah, blah. And, everyone said probably the obvious, which is you gave us 1 day, and it was also, like, very late into the pre-order. So it's like anyone in NA who wanted it, they probably weren't going to hold their breath until... this wasn't the hill they were going to die on. So they're just like, oh, I'm just going to go buy it from some other place. I'm going to go import it from Japan somewhere. And so those guys are all gone. And then whoever was like remaining, got it, which that's why we didn't order very much of it. We got I think like a single digit amount of cartons, which almost never happens for every set. Every set we usually go like way, way above that. And so, we got very little of this. And then this set also didn't have SPs, it had hot stamps. So that was like the other reason why I think people might not have been as happy. Because, people don't like hot stamps, even though technically all SPs are hot stamps. But people get really upset when you bring that up. So, and I don't like to bring it up just because I do prefer my SIGs. I like the little squiggly little pictures.
Yeah, dude, it feels more personalized.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Which is why the OFRs are kind of silly, because they're just like, they're the same thing. They're hot stamps, except they're silver, I guess. But to me, they're basically
Oh,
SPs.
the new reprint ones, right?
No, the
from World Triggers. Oh, right,
Yeah,
did
for
have
World
that.
Trigger. Yeah, for
Right,
World
I
Trigger.
forgot.
Yeah. World Trigger, I think, you guys, when you reviewed it, I don't know what you guys gave it, but I think the Yuga, very good card. Card to watch out for. Was it a 5? I feel like that's a 5, right?
That's the
Because I think
3.
Kenny reviewed it, right?
Yeah, it was Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah, the Yuga, the double. Because it's like, I feel like if you're playing into World Trigger, that's a card to watch out
That's
for.
the
Like,
card, yeah.
just keep in mind they have Joker, and so if you have a way to try to deny their Joker, which is ironically that it counters itself because their own early play is like, if you, I forgot the encore cost, but he taps himself, so he doesn't leave the board, and he also doesn't stay reversed. He just immediately taps himself once he reverses. And I think the flavor was like in the show that guy like beats Yuga because like he has an ability where he learns very fast in his sleep. So when he was fighting Yuga, it was like multiple rounds. He just like goes to sleep, and then like after X amount of rounds, he can't beat him anymore because this guy just learns too fast. And so I think that was the flavor of that card.
Oh god, I love World Trigger.
Yeah.
I think this is a really flavorful set. I don't know too much about the flavors.
It is.
But
It
when,
really is.
when Kenny was explaining everything to us on stream, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
And he actually put a lot of thought into this set.
There's a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool. It's like probably one of the more flavorful ones since like recently. Tamachi had a lot too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to FGO. FGO is a not that stellar set, I think. I don't know what you guys feel this is, but this is probably on the middle to lower half end of the year, I think, right? In terms of strength. Yeah,
I think it's a good set.
It's a bit more underwhelming, I think.
I think it's also because a lot of people expected had a chance to come to English.
People had like really negative opinions of the set. I mean, I had a pretty negative opinion of it too, even just looking at the initial spoilers.
Yeah.
But it kind of did come together well enough that like the Lion King really does carry the set.
Right, which is what's funny. It's like it's all carried by one card, so no matter what build you're building, you probably need that card versus all the other ones.
That's like, well, except for my meme deck, but we won't talk about that.
Sure.
I think a lot of my friends I talked to, it's like they didn't care much about the Knights.
Yeah, it was just Lion King. That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to build Mash at first, but like
the weirdest thing about the SPs is I think Ozzy has a lot of fans, but the SP price is very low.
Fun fact, that is his voice actor is the voice of like Dio and stuff. That's his first SP in Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of funny that, and then I believe the 1/0 is Miyano Mamoru, and that card is also very I guess he's like a little bit more. He's like third most, right? Even above some of the girls, but I think the girls is like I don't know who like Sanzo is like third. I don't know who Nido Chris is Hassan of Serenity is like. I don't want to say literal who's, but like they're people that are a bit more.
They're literally just fake Goku. If you don't care about the game, you probably don't care about them.
Yeah.
No, you should probably
and
pick up the
Artoria
SPs.
being, the flagship girl of the Fate universe, and Ayako Kawasumi, and then Mashu being the flagship girl of FGO specifically, and then Takashi Rie. So
I love Takashi.
Those are good. Yeah, this set was definitely disappointing though, because the SPs, like your top end is just these two literally, and so you have all these like lower value SPs you can hit. It feels bad, and then the RTRs were super cheap. These things are like, I think you get like 2 a carton, and they were very cheap. So whatever you hit didn't really matter. They all kind of sucked.
None of them were like particularly great cards.
Yeah, and then like the prices now are cheaper. But I think even on release, they were like 25 at most for some of these cards, and like, or the better, or the cheap ones now, and then they just went down. Yeah, not too much to say about this set. I think the one cool thing that people posted was that one combo where you can shove your cards back in your deck and to make your Lion King swing for 3.
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's the only, unless someone has some hidden tech that we just don't know.
Nope.
But I think that's about it. The set is also the going first seconds, like they're priced in a way where like I know a lot of people like Artoria, so it's
biased.
If people wanted to buy it together, maybe we can do something. But yeah, we just keep it separate like that.
Yeah,
not too much
like
to say
a
about
package
this
deal. No.
Yeah.
Save like a buck or two if you
people
buy.
want that, let me know. Yeah.
Save a buck or two if you buy the pair.
And also to anyone still here, like I said in the past, if there's something out of stock and you want to buy 4 copies and there's only 1 copy, you know, feel free to reach out. Always check. But yeah. Anyways, move on to Zombieland Saga. Oh boy.
Oh, I believe I can't see this set not making.
Oh, you didn't get some of these SPs.
Yeah,
pretty
Zombieland
popular,
Saga
right?
was quite the set. I actually still have a TD case, I think, so I can go check my.
These are TV SPs.
Yeah, these are TDSPs.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have them. And then what's annoying is there's 7, so it's like, you know, that's really hard to go find. And then like look at the drop search. The drop search is like
Oh, the drop
$400
search is
bucks,
so
so it's like
expensive,
yeah. And then the Sakura I think is the level 1 combo. I
the
think
Sakura's an
that card's good.
triple R.
So,
It's not an SP.
yeah. Oh, there's an SP.
There's an SP. Oh, it dropped
It
it
comes
SP
SP too.
Oh my god.
It's top 4.
$400 for the Junko. Oh my god.
Yeah, Junko. Junko is everyone's favorite, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
Junko.
Junko?
Junko is the most popular.
Is it actually?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally
yes.
really like Junko, but
Junko
after
is
watching
the most
show-
popular girl for sure. Junko and I are like by far the most popular.
The funny thing is, like, without watching the series, to me, it looks like one is just like black hair version of the other. But
True.
after watching the series,
Yeah, they're
I still
pretty
somewhat
different.
feel that way, though. So,
No, they're pretty different people.
I mean, they are different people.
They are all
Ai's
the
more of a
best
realist,
singers.
and Junko is more of like
Yeah.
she's more like an idealist.
Yeah, it's the year she was born in, right? She was born in like the 80s or whatever.
This was definitely the like. I don't know how we would talk about competitive wise, right? That I think a lot of people have their like takes on how it is competitively, but talking from a financial like store perspective, this was the data life of the year. It was the set that everyone hyped and thought it was super good.
And
We
everyone
sold,
bought.
A lot of play sets. Like I think it was like
Shadow's good.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like over 30. And this set definitely went off. And then we had a very high rarity pre-order for this, but because this set had SSPs, it was basically impossible. Well, not impossible, but very
7
difficult to
SSP.
secure a max rarity playset on release. So
7
And,
SSP.
and by the time this set released the news of the SSP, there might have been a window because it was already past the there was a deadline. You need to give Bushi like I want this many cases, and then I think a week or 2 later they revealed the SSPs, and they revealed the crazy 3-2 Sakura. Everyone freaking went nuts over this, right? And then after that,
no, it wasn't the 3-2 itself. 3-2 I thought was like whatever. It wasn't until the 2-1.
People were flipping out at the 3-2.
yeah, Kevin, I'm talking about like
that first
I'm talking
reveal
about what
where they revealed the
yeah,
3-2
the people
Sakura.
think this
People?
card is crazy. This card is
Yeah, when
nuts.
everybody first saw the 3-2 Sakura, it was like, oh my god. I didn't like get super hyped until I saw the
2-1.
The
Yeah.
2-1. Yeah, I think most people who paid more attention to the set, like from a competitive standpoint, think the 2-1 is a lot more gross, a bit more lethal, a bit more.
But the 2-1 pushes everything like 100%.
Yeah, that
But-
2-1 is nuts.
Sakura is still really cool though. I think as
Yeah.
like a card, she's really funny. She's really fun. But yeah, the
Fun to
2-1
play, but not fun to play against, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
Gamba, it's you're gambling, but then your opponent has to gamble on living, and that's not fun.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you're both gambling on the same thing because they'll kill you
Yeah.
on the run back.
Yeah,
right?
but you
So,
get the dubs. Well, maybe they kill you in the back. They still have to work
Yeah.
for it. You're just there
that's
like,
yeah, you don't have to
take
work
victory.
for it. You just close your eyes.
Oh, you guys did box break?
I've seen it happen too, and it's so funny.
Oh, you guys did box break this?
We posted this, but I think I canceled it very shortly because I when the pre-orders are coming in, I was like, I'm not gonna have any boxes left over at all, so I can't do this. Yeah, because I was like, if I had any cases left, I would try to, but I took it out very shortly. So
I love.
and then people love the going first seconds because like they
They're
like
so
the
good.
Yano Mamoru because
Yeah.
he's doing this pose.
It's so
funny.
good.
And then
Bro.
the other one is just if you like all the girls, well, they're all on this picture. So there you go. One dude versus like
No,
seven.
the Mamoru
girls.
Miyano one's the best one.
Although, so at my shop, everyone says it's like 6 girls and 1 dude, and I'm pretty sure that's true. But like,
Lily is
yeah. Well, I've seen what people wrote online. I'm like, I don't know how true this is, but whatever. You guys,
It's pretty
what?
true.
Lily
Yeah.
biologically is a boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anywho, dude, look at the 1-1 event. That card.
Oh
was
my
crazy.
god!
Oh,
I remember.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
sitting in Discord,
Mm.
flipping out at these day one prices, and then the event being like, what the
I
event?
did not anticipate that at all. That was something I thought was gonna be like
Yeah.
Probably
maybe
like a
$3, $4,
$5.
$5.
Yeah.
Maybe at most 10, but not like probably not even 10. Probably like 3, 4, 5. Because I was like, the thing I was telling people too was it's funny that this event is worse with the more copies you play of it. Because like with more of it, this card doesn't resolve as well. Unless you want to argue that when you brainstorm and you hit on it, you can you get your salvage. Other than that, like when you play the event, it only adds characters top 3, and so if you're playing more copies of events, you're running out of things to actually hit on.
I personally did not like this event.
It's the limiting factor of the deck, though. You're forced to play this card
you're
too.
forced to
Make
play
all your other
I
cards work.
hate the event so much.
Yeah, but because it's like such an in-demand card, and it's like I've had people around me who tried buying a case and they were building play sets for like each other, and they just wouldn't have enough copies because they would only have 4 copies each, and they're like, well, I need 7, and so they don't have enough, and they have to go and buy more. So this was it's you know, it feels weird to say, but it's great design as someone who's selling cards, but as a player, it's probably pretty feels bad.
Putting an event, they could play 7 of as a rare, not a good idea.
Yeah, and then I mean, at least they didn't make it a double art, right? But you know,
do you average what 12? Right, it's like 12 in a case, something like that. In a card.
Was it 12? Yeah, you probably can get a little
12.
bit more.
I heard it was like between 10 to 14.
Yeah, so probably somewhere around there. Because nowadays they don't replace your rares with double wires and stuff. Yeah. So.
I'm glad that this set
and
was
then
good.
the single sold
love
well.
this
You know,
set.
good set. So this set overall was just great. Yeah, this like coming off of that like period, it was great because it was like
You had like the banger,
Josiah,
banger,
into Hololive, into Zombieland.
Yeah, two deads, and then a banger. And how's Danmachi treating you?
Okay, so Danmachi was a set that I think maybe at the time was being overshadowed a little because I think it was very close to Zombieland, and I think for some reason its pre-order closed sooner than Zombieland's for some reason, if I remember correctly. Yeah, for some reason I don't know, but yeah, we had to give our numbers pretty soon, or maybe it was like after, but very shortly after, only like a few days or a week after. So yeah, because of that, it's like, well, Zombieland is the hype, and this set is actually no. At the time when we got the solicitations, we didn't know anything about Zombieland. We just knew it was like, you know, it's what it is. We didn't know what any of the cards did. So at the time, I think I still went harder on Zombieland because I know there's folks that wanted it because they specifically requested it. But for Danmachi, I didn't get that many requests for it, and so I was like, I don't know, because I still remember. I don't know if it was actually Kidani himself, but it might have been just some Bushiroad representative. He came to Anime Expo one year at like 2014-15 or something, and they had a Q&A. And one of the guys who went up there, and this was 14-15, so this was like when Danmachi was pretty popular or whatever. It was like one of the bigger things this season, and they were asking, what's the chance of Danmachi coming to Weiss? And the guy didn't know what Danmachi meant, and so the translator like explained to him it's this though, and he literally laughed. Like as soon as he explained the thing, the guy just laughed, and then the rest of the audience started laughing because we were just like, we didn't expect that reaction from him, and so and then he quickly like stopped, and he was just like, no. He just was like, no. Like, no, like, we're not getting Danmachi. And like that poor guy probably left thinking like, wow, they're so rude. The fucking guy laughed in my face, and I'm not getting.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're not getting Danmachi exactly. And then now, 5-6 years later, Danmachi's in Weiss Schwarz. Like how the world has changed. To be fair, I think years back around that era, people really wanted AOT in Weiss Schwarz, and AOT went to some really weird game called Z Chrome or something. And then that game quickly died, and eventually AOT made its way into Weiss Schwarz.
And so here we are.
Yeah. That was also the era where everyone's laughing at the English players that Fairy Tail would never come, and then they announced Fairy Tail for English, and then, people started believing more into English at that time, I think.
Omega Lol.
Seemed like they hear. But I think a lot of things the English players didn't know, though, is like the strength of some of the sets they're asking, because like you're asking for Fairy Tail in the age of like Sao and like some of the other stuff. But to be fair, Sao is not like so much stronger than like Fairy Tail at the time that it can't keep up.
Yeah,
that was South Set 1, so it was probably fine. But some of the things nowadays, like if they skip over your set, there's like more and more reasons they won't get to it just because like it's so kind of like power crept at that point.
Like
right?
we're no longer an age where like the fucking printed Haruhi and Disgaea and the Fairy Tail years after it was ever viable.
Yeah, because it's like they also like if you think about it, Bush as a company has to like anticipate, or like Bushiroad like English side has to anticipate how many sales of it, and if the set isn't looking too good, it's like the less sets or less places are going to carry it. Them obtaining that license is probably not going to cost any different, so it's like they don't really have any incentive to try to bring it over. So you kind of have to think about it from their perspective and why they don't bring stuff over. And why some of these sets really are just copium at this point. Like, they're not going to bring things over. Not a shield to just play JP Weiss, but, it is what it is. And JP Weiss, we don't have that problem, so, Anyways, yeah, so this set, things went up quite a bit. I think the Hestias, I think I was, like, kind of lucky with how many Hestias I opened. But yeah, it was, like, kind of sad, because it was, like, before the price increase, people bought all the Hestias, and all the SPs. And then they went up, like, $200 and whatever, and like I don't cancel on anyone, right? So it's like if you paid that, if that's what we had it and you bought it at that price, you get it at that price. So we don't like go, oh hey, the card went up, I'm gonna cancel your order and charge you more or something. So we don't do any of that. And then I think I sold 6 copies of SP. So, and it's like in a set with like I think 7 SPs, and I think it was 3 per carton. It was like, your chances of hitting Hestia wasn't exactly the highest. So I think the amount we got wasn't too bad. And then some of these other ones were a little disappointing. But yeah, and then double R wise, I think prices of everything was pretty decent. And I'm glad that I think people are realizing how good the gate door pants door trigger lineup is. And people are gonna play that more. I think the choice, like sometimes they don't play the pants top, they don't play Hestia top end, they play Eyes top end instead. So yeah, more people are realizing the set's pretty decent. And so yeah, I think it's cool. And also it's like more things got hit on the ban list, so those players are looking for a new set to play. So yeah.
All right, me and Jason here will show the set some more.
I do appreciate it, and I also like legitimately do like. I mean, you guys aren't doing it because motives. It's just because you genuinely, it's like actually, So I do agree with a lot of it. Like, so that's pretty cool because I was playing some stupid 8 pants version.
I really like the Hestia pants though. To be fair,
yeah, I was playing the 2-1 because of the Kumar.
Dude, but that combo's good though. Like, the combo's like actually good.
It's cool. But. And it's probably not good in the thing I tried to play it in, but I tried to play it with the TD pants combo because the
TD pants.
Yeah, and then I played it with I think 2 copies of the 3-2 top end. And
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to build the list. It felt okay, but I wasn't winning too many games with it, and I eventually was like, eh. I didn't even try this bell. Maybe this bell would have fixed it. The JC. I didn't know this was a card that whole time. Like, I was just playing it. Like, Don Machi made me feel bad at first. I was like, man, the Zero game is so lackluster compared to some of these other sets. I didn't realize it was a card.
Carmen Conalusi said that too.
Yeah, and also you look at these 3 cards. The Chaser, the JC, and the Rize, and you're like, hang on. Maybe
and another thing is the build I was playing, because I was trying to minimize the amount of events, I only played 3 of the 1-2 because the event is top 4 adult characters, so I didn't want to put too many events in my deck. I couldn't take advantage of Rize, which is like one of the best cards in the set. So
having a level 0 on play Rize, even if it's for events, doesn't matter because it'll neg you. Like, you can't miss.
Yeah,
it's so good.
So yeah, that card
nice
is
card.
Also, it has a very nice secondary effect they printed on it, which is freeze your opponent.
So good.
And
the second effect's so good.
Yeah, I've used it. I've taken advantage of it a lot of times, right? Sometimes people clean cut their like actually attacking units to the back row, and I'll freeze it. They stand by 2/2s in the back, I'll freeze it, and then it's just like it just makes it annoying. And it's like it feels so good too, because I'm like 2/2 sitting in the back row for a whole turn. They can't do anything. Now they're level 2, and their 2/2 hasn't gotten attack once, and just like
what?
That felt great.
This card? I was totally down for you to give it a 5. What?
Yeah, what the heck? We were okay with the reason getting a 5. We didn't tell you couldn't.
What the hell?
You just didn't.
Yeah, you just didn't. Come on, man. You went back in your word. We were like...
Yeah, you were like, I'm giving this a 5. And we're like, okay, it's your set. Do it. Do it.
Come on.
What the heck?
What the hell?
Don't try to throw this. Don't put us on blast. But hell yeah, I love Danmachi. I love this set. I'm like really excited. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for these fucking cards to come in because I keep just getting railed by it and not getting to play it. and it should be here tomorrow. So,
Ooh.
The Danmachi cards.
Oh,
Yeah, local tab,
yeah. Hopefully you get them
I-
soon. Yeah.
It's shipping says tomorrow, so then I'm gonna
Okay.
when I come
cool.
home from
Hopefully
work.
they
and-
show up soon. I
Yeah,
feel like I
but-
dispatched that a while ago.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Can't
yeah.
wait.
Oh, I guess Danmachi is also affected by that one thing that like kind of happens here in the States is like the set's in JP, but then they announce it for English within the JP pre-order window. Oh, so we didn't hit there because it was like literally the set right before, but that definitely plagued Kaguya pretty badly. I can tell you from our perspective. Kaguya was like, I think a set a lot of people like. A lot of people like the show. And it's just like a lot of people at the time, like the JP players, are like, oh, it can be my one English deck. You know, they're looking for that one deck that like, let me just, have an English to play at English events and stuff. And so I think that really affected
I'll
this
stay
because
alive.
I think for the longest time, we set our dub bar prices pretty under market just because like it's hard to move this stuff at the time. And now, it's even worse because his set got hit. So woo, I love Kaguya, dude. So Kaguya, like for me, is a very strained like. I personally like the show a lot. I liked the deck when I played it. But sales wise, I don't think it was a very good set.
Hate it.
And that was the set right before pre-Kone, which is what we started on. So because I think it was a December 2020 set,
Yep.
so we didn't really get a touch on it.
Last set of the year. All right.
Yeah.
Capital
Alright.
Portrait Boost.
Human rarity deck.
Oh, dude, 4-color humans. I love this deck.
Yo, I love modern. So
This is the meme we always say at locals because there's a guy who plays well, he plays a lot of series. He also plays modern in Magic too. But whenever he pulls this deck out, I was like, oh shit, it's 4-color humans. And it's just it's this set was, I don't know how folks feel about it, but I think me personally, I'm not a fan of the fact they used like real people. I was told people on the East Coast actually liked it, so I don't know. I don't know if it's just that
I
person's
did
local
hear
community.
that too.
wait,
Yeah.
from who?
Like the Cali people do like VAs.
Oh, Cali?
Oh, like
'Cause
Cali.
I think here in California, at least in my locals,
Doesn't
people were
California-
laughing at it the whole time. But I think in the
I'm-
East Coast,
East
we're
Coast
West
though. Yeah,
I don't know
East
anybody
Coast,
that
like New
really loves
Yorkish, like that side of it. I was
my
told that they
locals-
like the portrait stuff.
Matt,
My
does anybody-
locals, like-
you like it?
My locus like, oh man, if only these cards weren't so expensive, they would have to play these
Yeah.
human rare ones.
Yeah,
TRs are so expensive too compared.
but I think that's funny because like, so it's
It's so different.
I guess not from from my perspective as a store, it'd be weird, but I think it's funny and fair in the sense that like Bushy will give you reprints, but the reprints are so ugly you kind of still want the normal version, and so the normal versions still stay pretty high secondary market wise, and then the reprints are like, well, if you really want to play the set and you don't want to spend too much money, you can buy the human version.
Yeah.
And
I
so
wonder if it was just. I wonder how much cheaper it was to license out the human arts.
maybe
They
it's cheaper. I
don't they own? Aren't all these VAs signed under Bushy?
Bro, I don't know,
Nice.
dude.
Pretty sure they're all.
Bushy just
signed
has
under
all of
Bushy.
them locked up in a
I
dungeon.
don't know how any
and he
of
like
these
owns all of them.
Yeah, dude.
How much is the
Actually, I don't know
human
about
version
the
of the
cap.
deck? I don't know actually.
I assume Assault Lily, all the VAs for
Oh,
Assault
Assault Lily,
Lily
yeah,
is,
probably.
is definitely like that contract.
Will Salt Lily be better? Are the girls cuter? Or like
Uh,
are they the same girls?
Well, from the 5 we saw, 3 of them. I thought 3 of them were cute,
Okay.
but
I
the
say
other
I'm
2
fine.
were.
I
Dude,
said
see, like imagine so I tell this to a lot of people, but I think when they had Amamiya Sora play Shizuru and Kanokari, I was like, that's great. Just because like if they ever want her to like do something at an event, she just wears something she wears and you got like real life Shizuru. So it's like you choose someone who's like really good looking.
Yeah,
You're like,
Sora Amamiya.
you know,
here's the girls for the Assault Lily
Yeah.
one. I think
Yeah.
This one looks
3 and
okay.
5.
It's
I
not
Yeah,
as
think these
bad.
three looks nice. Well, I'm a big fan of these two, personally.
3 and. You're not a fan of those? Or you-
One
No,
is
I'm three,
good.
3 and 5. I'm not a big fan,
Yeah, 3 and 5 are no goes. I don't like 3 and 5.
but one.
I like 1 and I
1
don't
and
know
2
how
are
I feel
good.
about 2 and 3, and I'm not the biggest fan of 5.
I think 1 and 2 are like perfectly fine. 4 is like
but she wrote
4 is a
watching.
bit of a weird face, but you can tell she's cute at least. But
Okay.
3 and 5.
I still think 1 is good. One,
Well,
we can
one
all
is-
agree
one is
1 is
very
good.
good.
One
One
is
is
good.
cute.
Yeah, 1 is good. Okay.
1
Yeah.
is cute.
See, imagine you
think it's also
have
because they're in,
Sora
like,
printed on one of your
right?
cards,
I didn't-
and she signs the card.
Like, it's
I would
more-
hella buy that card
I'd
over
buy
whatever
that
cartoon version it is.
I'd be very tempted to buy that card too. just Sora cosplaying.
Yeah, Sora cosplay, and she signs it. It doesn't have to be hand signed. It could just be one of those hot stamps. I don't care. That's
Yeah,
fine. I would
I'd be
hella
baited.
buy that version.
I know my one friend would be baited 100%.
Yeah, I don't even if I don't play the set, I would still buy it just because I want it.
Just put it in a binder, let it rot somewhere. We'd have it.
Nah, I'll put it in a nice little like case or something.
Nice.
But anywho, yeah. Yeah, Da Capo was a not good, I think. I think one thing that there's like a criticism I had for Bushi was that they were like the price they offered, like, so unlike the Chronicle set, the prices they offered us was about the same they were charging, basically the same they were charging on their online, Bushi online store. So it's like we're competing with it's like, imagine if Pokemon or whatever was like, oh yeah, here retailer, well, like the distributor's like, oh yeah, here retailer, we'll sell it to you at X price, but we're also going to sell it on our own website at X price, so good luck competing with us. And it's just like, it doesn't sound very fair. And but I mean, their argument was like, oh, there's shipping, and it was like only for people in Japan. I think you could ship it overseas though, so even without like a proxy service or anything. But it was like there's shipping, and you guys would have domestic shipping. It'd be like, it wouldn't be so bad. And yeah, I mean, that was their argument. And I was like, honestly, yeah. Oh, also this was higher. This was more expensive than normal EBs, even though it was shipped like an EB. So the cost of this kind of sucked, but we provided it because people wanted it. And yeah, and then we have sealed. So we basically cracked one case, put everything up online, and then we have some extra cases left for sealed for people.
Damn. I think like one of the only things I've seen you sell sealed in JP.
Yeah, I think this might have been one, because it's like one of those where some people just don't like. I think people want these PRs. The PRs are really nice, right? You look at these PRs at the bottom. I think these actually come in a base rarity, and the funny thing is the base rarity, like this card non-foil, is more expensive than it foil because the base rarity is like harder to come by. I don't know where you get it, but it's like
you have to actually watch the show. You gotta go physically watch the play show.
Oh, okay. They give you like a play set of them, or they give you one of each or something.
They give you like a little pack. You get one of the 5.
I see. Interesting, because yeah, those are even more expensive than these, which I think is funny. Yeah, but they're non-foiled. But yeah, because they're rare and harder to get versus these are easy. So the reason we have the portrait boosters is because that way you can open one of these. In case people wanted to get this. Some people want to chase for SPs too. They just want to have their fun. So I just, offered it. And it's a recent like thing where I'm offering sealed. And it's mostly for these like special sets where, it's just these. If people really want sealed in the future, I can start offering some, but it's probably limited, and it'll probably be a lot of it just like, if you reach out to me, I'll probably help you out. Like, I don't mind. Because it's different than like if I put it online and some sort. Because okay, I've had some really terrible people, by the way. There's like a guy, he bought like a Hololive trial deck from me, like the playset, and then he's like, "Did you open these?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then he's like, like, I wanted trial decks, and I'm like, this is a trial deck playset. Like, this is not I'm not selling you sealed trial decks. I'm selling you playsets. And he couldn't understand that concept, and he got really mad at me, and he tried to file a PayPal claim, and I was like, okay. And then ultimately, we like PayPal resolved it. I didn't even resolve with the guy, so like, me and that guy were not very happy with each other. I think he doesn't have a right to be upset with me, though, because I described what it was. But anyways, yeah, so there's like these people who don't know what it is, and then they just get like really upset over stuff. And it's like, if I sell you a single, it's just so much cleaner, like you get exactly what you pay for. There isn't any RNG, there isn't any like magic bullshit. It's just, it is what it is. And so some people like actually don't know that stuff, and it's like very annoying. So that's like my history with some like sealed products, which is why like I don't like to offer it, because people just get upset, and there are people who just don't know. Yeah, I think in his defense, I might not have had that line at the time when I went in and added to all of them, because I have it on every TD, but I guess I just didn't have it on those. And Hololive is probably the gateway, whereas like a lot of people who've never played Weiss Schwarz probably came in, and yeah, so whatever.
Let's see. All right, last set.
All right, yeah, last one. Let's go. Love Life Superstar.
We can't talk about Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah, no Marvel. Well, we're still trying to get that. No news on it yet, though. I don't have any ETAs, which I addressed in my post on my page on Facebook.
Wait, did we not
but yeah,
go
so
over
this set.
Nijigasaki?
Hmm?
Did we not go over Nijigasaki?
Oh, we didn't.
Nijigasaki is
Why is it
actually a
always down
2020
here?
set.
Oh, it is a 2020 set. Oh my
It's a
god.
2020 set.
Whoa.
Oh, it's 2021.
Wait, Kevin.
No.
Oh wait, no. Wait,
Kevin.
We put
No,
Nijigasaki on the
no.
thing. Wait. I'm pretty sure it is 2021. Hang on.
Wait.
Did I get that wrong? Maybe I got it wrong.
Wait.
I move things along if it's.
It
like,
is 2021. It came out after. It came out
Yeah, it came out after
between
Assault
Data
Lily. Come
Bullet
on,
and
man.
Assault Lily.
I mean...
Yeah, we got
Okay.
gaslit. We're like, wait.
All right, hold on. You know what? I'll fix that. Here, let's go fix that
we
shit.
were like, wait, we included this in the fucking thing. Oh no.
Wait, who did Nijigasaki this year?
It was Patrick Garrity.
Oh yeah, Patrick's
Yeah,
a very big Love
we
Live
tried because we tried really hard to make sure for the Jeopardy that we had at least one of every 2021 set in there.
Except for the Beijing Premium set
Yeah, except premium set because that's not a real set.
and D-Side
Okay.
TD.
fan. So you said it came out after Assault Lily?
Yeah.
After Assault Lily, before Dab.
Yeah.
After Assault Lily, before Dab.
The
Wait,
TD
You
came
have
out.
Assault Lily.
The
You have
TD came out
Assault
long
Lily
ago.
higher.
Like, I remember TD
Yeah.
came out in 2020.
Oh,
like,
it's probably
middle
why
2020.
because of the TD.
Well, the
added
actual
on.
the
Okay,
booster
so
set
Slime
came out.
then. Would you say
Yeah.
Slime after Slime is fair?
Yeah, after
What?
Slime. Yeah.
And wait, it's literally
Because he's Assault. Well, because he's Assault Lily higher. He's Assault Lily after like two after Dab.
Wait, why is it 2 after that?
Hmm.
Wait, why do you
Maybe
have
I'll
that?
adjust this.
why,
should
why,
probably
wait,
adjust
why
that.
is it solidly 2 after Dab?
2 after Dab. Okay, fine. I'll fix that too.
All right, Nijigasaki. We'll talk about that before we talk about double tap Love Live real quick.
That set was insane. It was.
Yeah?
I very much underestimated the
Love Live fan base
Love
here.
Live.
and
Power.
North American Love Live fans. I didn't know they liked the show or that they're such big fans of the series. And so, yeah. Wish I bought more.
$20.
Yeah. Also, I think of all my cases, I didn't get any Setsunas, so that was very sad.
Oh, what? That's so sad, actually. No sets.
Yeah,
I got
very
no
sad.
Setsunas, so if you notice, this scan's a little weirder looking than all my other scans because I think I found this on Yahoo Auctions.
Oh, yeah, this is dark.
You're just like, no,
yeah.
I can't not have the scan.
Yeah, I can't not have a scan. Usually I don't like doing this, but it was just like I'm just missing this one. This card's $900 or $1,000. You know. And then what's even worse, by the way,
this
is I
thing's pretty
opened
cheap.
5 Rinas. So you know the least expensive Musashi one. I got 5 of those, and I got 0 Setsunas. So I was very sad. But this set was very popular. A lot of people had their pre-orders well in advance, and yeah, so that was very good. Also, it's a very competitive set too. It's like one of the sets I even tell people, like if you just want a nice like standalone set and you don't really care what it is and you just want to win like tournament games or whatever, you wanted like a good deck, Nijigasaki's a good way to go
Also,
because like you
pretty
don't need
cheap.
to buy
Sorry.
previous cards and you don't
And
need to
it's
buy.
cheap.
Yeah, I think the 8 standby list is relatively cheap too. Oh, I don't know if that PR because I think.
Oh, yeah, the coin flip PR.
Oh wait, what the hell happened to this 2-1? Why is it $35?
Wait, which one?
Oh, the PR.
Yeah, this I was talking about the IPR, not the
Yeah, no, the-
Kanta.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
about this
the
one?
Kanata PR is really expensive. No, all at bottom. The PR, the sleepy Kanata. It's the aqua.
Oh,
It's, yeah,
what
it's
the hell,
literally
35
no.
bucks. I see it, yeah.
No, yeah, because it's like the aqua. It's like the aqua back row. That card was played a lot. It's like a one-up tech.
It's not, it's not played much anymore, but it was played a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
Oh,
played
at
a
the
lot.
time,
And it'll probably see
Okay.
play
'Cause
now.
I know
too,
the
again
the
with
eye
Rushia.
was a big one.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Rushia, I might see play again.
I remember
It's
too,
a harder move.
Yue was still the guy who was presenting on this set because
Yes, he was.
yeah,
Still
he
doing
was
the
like
review
he
for
was
this.
talking about how like, oh yeah, you guys should probably buy this PR, you know, before whatever, and you know we're not paid to say this or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, you guys, like I didn't even want to sell that many just because I was I think I needed to set some aside for them when they were gonna play test the set, and so I was really like low on that, and also like I said, I didn't buy that much of the set, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But
You made up for that
buy-
with superstars though, right?
Yeah, you bought more superstars?
Oh, for Superstar, I think I hit a pretty sweet spot. So like if you look at the prices of the Superstar SPs
Uh-oh.
versus the Nijigasaki SSPs, they are worlds apart, right? Like Superstar is like very not that good, like SP wise. Like I think the best one is your Sumide that runs the center. So
Oh yeah, because there's like multiple different versions of all these cards.
yeah,
And
I
obviously
think they
people
made like so many
the
weird
alternate
rarities.
arts, so people bought.
Yeah, they made like the A and the B version, which was kind of weird. I don't think that like hurt things that bad though. Like I don't think A and B really like hurt the prices or anything. It's just like which one do you like more, I guess.
Yeah,
But
pull some of the
that didn't. It
pillows.
was just the fact that like you can open a Setsuna, which is like $1,000, versus here your best thing is Sumide, which was like it's kind of whatever. And then the LLs were really weird. This was super annoying because like when I was trying to scan the cards, like I had to figure out which one was which, and it's the same girls like shuffled around. And because it's open frame, you don't like. There's not very much like text box or text, like the little normal stuff you use to like differentiate cards. And so it was like kind of annoying to tell them apart. And this is also all I got because I mean there were so many different kinds. It's like it was hard to get the one copy of every single one. So if anyone has these, I asked around too, and then like a lot of people who open it, they only got the ones that I got, which I think these were only 2 a carton, so it wasn't super easy to pull these either.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I heard.
And then
It's
I'll
like
double.
two-
It says this Kanon sold
like
out.
2
This
and
is
2
probably
each.
not a true statement. I will update that.
2 and 2 each. I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was 2 and 2 each.
All right.
I think that's true.
And I think that's
Yeah, that set was. I think I got the sweet spot because I don't know. It's funny that like with Niji, I feel like I didn't buy as much, and I think for this set I bought a very similar amount, if not the exact same amount. I think just I don't think it's the exact same, but yeah, I just anticipated toward the end of the year people got kind of burnt out because I actually had someone who was interested in Max of this, and then they kind of bailed on me, but they bailed before this was even like they just knew the set was coming. Like it was like multiple months in advance, so there was nothing bad about it. Like I don't hold anything against them for doing that because they told me very, very many months in advance. Like I hadn't even placed the pre-order yet, so it didn't like screw me or anything. But basically, yeah, it was like I think people got burnt out from all the sets of the year, potentially, because there was
a lot of big sets that people
like right towards the end, right? Zombieland,
and all these big
Life,
announcements that came up
Gotobu,
in the last couple
Grisaya,
months too.
Yeah,
we have so many things coming.
Right.
Dragon Maid's coming. We have
for all the
Tokyo
people who are
Avengers.
still here, Project Sekai is similar to World Trigger in this situation where we're not really sure what's going on with it. So, because I did have some people reach out, and I was like, if it's available for NA distribution, we'll carry Project Sekai, of course. There's no reason we wouldn't carry it. If it's not, it gets a lot stickier because that set has a gajillion TDs. So it's like, it's kind of hard.
Project Sekai. Go choose the re-edit. It's all Evo 2.
we got
You guys
Dragon
like
Maid,
Gochusa re-edit?
Tokyo
I think the art was
Avengers.
nice, but it's a re-edit set, and like a lot of
Well, it
people
has
joked
18
about
new
how
cards.
when they reprinted cards, they just reprinted like $5 double R's, so it wasn't really anything worth
I think-
reprinting.
Like, what's it called? Unlike Prisma Iliad, these cards have like problems with trade stuff. Like a mad problem with trade stuff.
Yeah,
That is true. The old stuff is very like they lock you by the set, right? Like I think the first set they try to make you play Rabbit House or like the other girl, like the Chia Sharo deck, and then in the new set they continued that, but they also said if you play Bloom though, you can play with everyone, so you can play with all the recent
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, that is probably an issue, which I'm not sure how they'll juggle, but yeah. That's always something I'm definitely looking forward to. I personally just think the art is great, and I think there's all these like new girls we've never seen before either.
All the mobile game. They're all
Yeah,
appreciating.
the phone game art is like gorgeous,
Rank
absolutely
of the-
amazing.
Bang
and then-
Dream 5th anniversary.
Oh boy, another Bang Dream set. I'm
We got
terrified
the-
of Bang
we
Dream now.
got the box toppers in the card of the day today, by the way.
How do we wait for this?
Oh, is there card of the? Yeah, today there should be card of the
Yeah,
day.
no,
right?
I
Monday
mean
in
for
Japan.
Bang Dream or what card days for what?
Well, it's not box toppers.
something?
It's just common.
Oh.
I saw the chibis and I'm like, oh, box toppers.
I'll probably go eat something before I do them.
They're okay cards.
With
Nothing-
Review Portrait,
Review's
Psychono,
wild.
Idol
Review's so
Master, Precone. There's also Dragon Maid, Tokyo
I saw
Avengers.
Tokyo
Oh,
I thought-
what do you think? What do you think about Tokyo Avengers? Because that's gonna be That's a
This will be a very
simultaneous
interesting
release.
set.
Yeah, it's simultaneous
in that
release.
it's a simultaneous release.
Like, are you gonna even pick it up at all? You even plan to pick it up at all?
Oh, I mean, Nova's gonna pick up sets regardless. Like, I mean,
Okay,
us
yeah.
picking up Marvel was already like, I don't know how much we're gonna plus off of it. It's just like we're gonna provide it as something as everyone in the community kind of expects us to have to carry singles for. So I'll definitely be carrying Tokyo Revengers. It's like if I was in the constant threat of something releasing in English means it'll be dead in JP, I wouldn't have my business as is, right? So like we're not.
The difference is this
is
isn't like a simultaneous release. This is like the first one we had it in years.
Yeah, since it's AOT2, right?
It'll be interesting,
Yeah.
but it's like, you know, you still, if you want to play in GP events here in North America, you're still going to need to play it in this version. I know there are a lot of places that are doing like mixed format. I actually not a big fan of the mixed format just because it's like, how do you enforce ban? It's like trying to play OCG Yu-Gi-Oh and TCG Yu-Gi-Oh. They have different card pools and different ban lists. Like, you're not supposed to be playing them together. But
The Konami
I think
World
here
format.
in the States, it's like the amount of Weiss players they can get is so like few in between that they just make that compromise. So it's like it's a population / scalability issue, or in the sense that it's like, I guess not scalability, it's more like they just don't have enough players, so that's why they do that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, we're definitely going to carry this set, but it will be something to consider with the English release, so something to watch out for. I think it's kind of interesting in that, so English always has to figure out how to price their cards their own way, but because it's simultaneous, you can just, and plus because it'll be simultaneous, but in Japan it'll be, you know, Friday before it'll be Friday, and here in North America they can just go look up online what the Japanese stores priced it at.
I have no faith in
Or
them doing
initial.
that,
No,
I'm
I
gonna be
don't.
honest. I'm expecting the prices to be just.
On release, I think they'll match, but then
Day one, like
I can see both your arguments, because I think they're both valid, because there is a world where they do it because they're lazy, or because it's easier rather, and then there is a world where because of how the English market is, like, it's not possible to move cards like it. But this is also May, right? So we don't know what the landscape will be like in May, because right now English is getting, like, honestly, it's kind of getting slaughtered. Like, if you're an English store who saw the Daily Live hype and you started buying sets after that, well, get in line, because everyone and their mother thought that. And so there are so many English stores who bought so much English sets, and the reason things are being sold at like $120 a playset is because they just have so much product and they're just trying to move it at this point, even at a loss, just to try to recoup a little bit.
What do you guys think is the best anime from the confirmed 2022 set?
Okay,
Psychono.
Best anime from a confirmed 2022 set. I think it's
best
May.
anime,
It's
not your
I
favorite,
guess you can say the Saikano Fine, but previous
Tokyo Revengers.
show, I like Maid Dragon, Kobayashi-san's Maid Dragon.
Tokyo Revengers is super good.
Maid Dragon it's season 2, right, of Maid Dragon?
I think it's season 1 actually. Kevin, scroll to the Maid Dragon.
No, we don't even actually know what season it is, because look at the art. It's not the anime
Oh,
art.
it's just. You're right. It's his manga art or whatever.
Yeah, Tokyo Revengers. I think it's a really good
Tokyo
show.
Revengers is probably my favorite anime that got announced. Like, as like a pure anime. Like I like Psycho Fine as a movie. It's fine. Precon season 2 isn't out yet, but I love the Precon.
I think I like Saikano more than I like Tokyo Revengers.
Really?
If you're talking about plot
yeah.
intensity, sure, Tokyo Revengers is it has a plot, but
It was
there's always this meme too where it was like, I saw this picture where the guy was like, there's like 2 books, right? One's like a little book and one's like a very big book, and the little book was like, if those 2 just got Mikey a Christmas card for his birthday, and the really big book is what happened, the timeline we're living in. And just like all this shit, all this shit would have been avoided if they just got Mikey a Christmas card or a birthday card for his birthday instead of trying to get him that bike.
The motorcycle, yeah. It's so true, though. We live in this world.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I love this fucking show so much. I love the show. I love the manga. It's so good.
Oh,
Saw that.
dude, I think Takemichi is just so insufferable, man. That guy, like, oh my god. It's like I tell people it's basically ReZero, because you have this completely useless main character that has to be carried by the rest of this cast trying to save this girl,
That's so
and
true.
the guy can reset.
That's why.
And
That's
I'm
why
like,
I
this
say
show
like,
is
it
basically it's ReZero but in Tokyo.
Tokyo Revengers is like the weakest point of Tokyo Revengers is the MC.
Yeah.
Well, they both.
That guy is
much
so
better.
insufferably weak.
Better. Bitchy gets. I really like religious much better.
The robot.
Oh, unfortunate.
El
Takemichi gets better.
Hopefully.
A lot. You
Tokyo.
read it, don't you?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you read it.
I
Yeah,
also
he
don't
does.
read it.
Spoiler.
But it's like I watched
It's
the
really-
anime, so I don't want to read it because I'm just like I'll just wait for it. Like
Yeah,
Attack on
same.
Titan, I'm just gonna wait for that next season.
I did
I'm
not.
gonna
I
read
did
it.
not read Attack on Titan because I already got so far.
Oh. I was reading Tokyo Revengers before it became an anime, so I was like, well, I'm already here.
Same.
I don't really
John-
generally
Same
read
for
too
me
much.
in Konokari, but not in Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah.
So,
I generally
so
do
for
not
me, like
read.
if I've already read it, I'm not gonna watch it,
I
and then
read
vice versa.
everything.
I generally don't read shonens that much.
I always read shonens.
I think that's it for the celebration
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very
I
good one.
appreciate all the people who stuck
Say,
around.
Brian, everything was really interesting, very